Well, they don't make them anymore.
I'm gonna flip
The one
this
I make,
so I
they
can
don't
see
make.
us.
The one that I own,
Smart,
they didn't
smart.
make. It was awesome.
Sweet.
Was that like the
in
140
Jesse's
horsepower
Welcome.
one?
What is in my
The
hair?
XX?
No, it was,
What?
well, my boy had one of
Outside his
those.
neck down.
I got
They-
Well,
It actually ran good.
Spider.
welcome to our video of
Yes,
answering
Yeah.
your
You're
questions.
not the only one that was light. I couldn't get the
Yes.
other two light.
The only difference between a YXZ
I'm
and
just
that is that
I think they
that
changed
has
the
We
a
also
CVT
have dry erase
versus the
boards
YXZ has a 5.
I
to
think
do
they
secret
changed the intake as well.
answers.
That's pretty impressive.
They
Are we
make the
ready?
most
We're
power.
ready.
Oh, yeah,
naturally.
all right.
Oh, okay. What are we doing
Yeah.
first?
All right,
Yeah, you
okay.
told me
We're
that
gonna
last time.
we're gonna do the first question.
And we have Emma doing the questions.
Awesome,
Hi.
Emma.
We're gonna do the first question, the dry erase board question.
Okay, right to the dry
Alright.
erase board.
All right.
What does the crew think is a better machine for trail riding, the 64 or the 72-inch Can-Am?
What type of
Specifically for trail riding.
What type of trail riding?
Says better machine for trail riding.
I guess our
We could do
interpretation
trail
of
riding and then we could do rock crawling. Okay, strictly trail riding.
Do you already have yours written down?
Okay. Right?
No.
People are still writing.
Jeez.
He's got it right outside.
You're writing a book?
It's 2 letters or 2 numbers.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
Are we flipping?
I chose 72.
64.
I chose 72.
I went with both because I think.
You can't
Well,
do both.
okay, here. Let me
You gotta
quantify
pick a
why.
side.
What would you guys do? 64.
Living where we live, riding the trails that we ride, I would buy a 64-inch again, repeatedly. But if I was anywhere like further west, it would be a 72, and it wouldn't even be like even Michigan.
So
I
I
would be in a
think-
72-incher.
5 years ago, I would say 64 100% because of the trails. But I'm going for comfort. I think the 72 has a better ride.
I agree.
It's trail riding.
See, I haven't
Just
got to,
trail riding. That's trail
I don't
riding.
want to be limited.
I haven't got to experience that.
Trail riding.
It's really 72 trail riding.
Trail riding.
I agree with Will, but I was only going for one answer. So,
Yeah, I was only going for one, but I would
if
I would say
Breaking
60,
the rules.
64 takes them all.
if I was west of the Mississippi, I'd get a 72.
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay.
All right.
Is this a dry erase board?
No.
Okay.
Your crew has a wide variety of horsepower for the riding style you do. Is there a sweet spot, too much or too little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's too much.
Yep. I could cut mine in half and I'd be all right.
Tim has
So-
too much tip over.
I have 120 horsepower machine tuned to 150 wheel horsepower. I think that's plenty.
That's probably the sweet spot. Maybe even a little bit less because I feel like Sherry has the least and she sends it the hardest. There's never a time when we're like, "Oh, Sherry needed more horsepower." That's never come out of any one of our mouths.
Well, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here.
Okay.
I'm sure that there is a limit to how much you should have, but if I had more, I'd like it.
I think there is a point where it's too much.
I
For-
agree.
Blowing the
rock
tires
crawling.
off would be the only thing
Yeah.
that I would be worried about.
Well, I mean,
And that's what I do.
how often
I've
do
done
I
a lot.
use all 195 horsepower that I have?
True.
But there are times when you want to accelerate really fast that I'm not going to say I wish I had more, but I wouldn't be disappointed if I did.
If it was there, we'd use it.
Right.
Okay, Emma.
All right.
Is that camera getting you? When you're leaning forward, I want to make sure you're on the camera.
Oh, I get to see myself.
Okay.
All right. At what point did you guys go full time, and what was the deciding factor? What's the biggest challenge you guys came across since starting?
Yeah,
That's one of the
full-time.
most. Yeah, that's one of the most common questions we get. We are not full time yet.
Not a single one of us.
I wish
Every
I
one of
was.
us.
We all have jobs.
We all have full-time jobs.
I wish I was full-time rider.
It'd
And
be
what
nice.
What was the other second half to that?
What was the
What
deciding
was
factor?
the deciding factor?
Okay, yeah.
What
Hopefully
was the,
soon.
What
Subscribe.
was the biggest challenge? I think.
Right now, juggling a job and YouTube.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I don't know how you do it, man, because it's a lot. Just riding as much as we do, let alone working on top of doing the cages and smart spools and everything else, merchandise.
Editing, all
It's,
that. I don't know
it's
how
I
to do
can't
it.
even. My mind can't imagine how much work that is.
Right. If a machine flops in the woods when no one is around, did it really flop?
Do you have a winch?
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's right. Pictures or video or it didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
All right. Dry erase board.
Oh,
I like the dry erase board.
Yeah, I like this too. I feel like we're
It's
on
like
Jeopardy.
the newlyweds. We're all
Okay.
answering
Alright.
questions.
Group rankings of best to worst of all side by sides.
oh.
So wait, should we limit it to like 5
5.
or
Let's do
3?
Top 3.
So what would top 3 be?
We have to pick.
I'll
Okay.
say top 5. Let's
Top-
go
top
5.
5.
I'll go top
geez.
5.
Can I list
Best-
more than one?
Best to worst,
Yes.
side by side.
Yes.
Okay.
Of all. Side
Not
by
of
side.
ours.
Yeah.
Of all side by
I
sides.
think it said of all. So.
So
Well, no.
this is models and everything.
Are we
Do
doing-
we have to do models?
Nah.
Nah.
Let's
Just
just do
brand.
brand.
Okay.
I mean, there's certain brands and models that are the best, and I'm just going with that.
Well, this is harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
We're doing 5?
Okay, yeah, no, 5 is hard.
I'm trying to think of a third.
I mean, that's what
That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, we
I
got
got
2.
3rd.
Okay.
I got some controversial picks on here.
Yeah, I am doing my brain.
I'm getting all these tiki torch fumes right in my face.
Well, you
Probably
might get the
losing-
gnats then.
Probably losing brain cells.
I'm struggling
You
here.
said 5.
Can we settle with 4? No. Okay.
I'm on number 4.
Trying to make sure I don't forget one.
I definitely probably am. I don't know.
Don't you be sharing your answers.
He already wrote them. He's
I'm
locked
at
in.
a loss here.
I can't pick a 5th because I don't really know.
Are you happy with those answers?
I'm trying to hurry up for video purposes, but I'm going to need a minute.
Well, we can edit it.
So you're the guy that edited. You can make it work.
Listen,
We'll
I
be
don't
back
feel
after a
like I'm
message.
educated on all my.
That's what makes it
Choices.
even better.
I only got 4.
I probably.
Alright.
I can't pick a 5th. They're all under the last one.
It's a big gap, right?
Yeah.
From the top to the bottom, it's a big
I'd be
gap.
surprised if number 1 differed for
Any of them?
anybody here. I would be
You
shocked.
will
We
be
got-
surprised.
We got this trader guy over here.
Yeah, that is right.
You will be surprised what I chose.
Alright, let's see. Ready? Are we just flipping around?
I don't know if the camera will catch it. We'll have to.
Didn't read it.
Well, you said we weren't putting models.
I didn't. Did I? I put X3.
Oh, I
Well,
totally
obviously.
forgot about that.
Well, that's what
I
I said.
totally forgot about Yamaha.
What'd you get?
So I
Ours are
went.
close.
Yeah.
Ours are close.
Yeah, I went Canon Polaris,
I only have
Honda
4.
was the last one I was gonna put.
but then I
I
went.
ran out of
Yeah.
time.
Mine and
Everybody
yours
went.
are the same. I struggled really
Yeah.
hard
Now-
on the 5th. That's
and
why I
I-
put YXZ.
I want to
put Yamaha
explain.
3rd.
I want to explain
I
why I
don't
didn't
know,
put
always
Kawasaki
are,
and I only
so-
put KRX because I don't consider.
I
It's-
raced
it's
KRX.
KRX.
just
Well,
to
that's why I put
Kawasaki.
X3 because I don't. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think I wouldn't put the Maverick Trail in the same category
No.
as I would the X3. Same
No.
with the Terex versus the KRX. So I went Can-Am X3, Polaris Razor, KRX, Honda Talon, and I struggled on the 5th, so I put a YXZ.
I forgot about Yamaha. That probably would have taken my number 5 because I picked Segway for 5.
So everyone agrees that Can-Am, Razor, and then
I did Yamaha 3rd.
Yeah, we
Okay,
have
so me and
Yamaha
Star
3rd.
have
Yeah,
KRX.
ours are identical.
If
What's
Yamaha
with
would have had the
Speed
wheelbase,
UTV?
Man,
How you?
ours
I
are
can't.
the same.
I like to go fast. You know, I've never driven one, but they look like they're a lot of fun. They're wide as can be.
Are they faster than a tuned X3?
from what I see, they're basically like the same. They're a lot heavier, but their suspension has a lot more travel. So
They
they're.
remind me of a Wildcat in a way.
I don't even know what their power plant is. I think they're using a 4-cylinder.
I have no idea. I know nothing about it.
That's
Let us know in the comments.
that's over my head.
Yeah, mine too. But they're expensive.
So we all had the same number 1
And 2.
And 2.
and
what
2.
What was your Yamaha?
Third.
What brand? Specific brand? Rhino
The R-Max.
or
The R-Max.
Yeah.
With a little more
I mean, I'd
wheelbase.
have the R-Max over at
You
KRX,
impressed
not that
me
one.
with the
Yeah.
R-Max
Yeah,
because that machine is
the R-Max was impressive.
She's out
very
there.
capable.
That one is out there tooling the trails now. The dude took her out to Hatfield for 4th of July. There was a picture on his post.
Nice.
Nice.
He was
Good.
loving her. He was
Good for
standing
him.
on top. She was all muddy, living her best life.
Good.
Yeah, I've never been a YXE fan, but the R-Max is very impressive.
YXE's good for speed.
Yeah.
The stuff we do, it can't do it.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Hit me.
I'm very curious about the Smart Spool and how it performs while engaged on high-speed sand or desert riding.
Hey, we can answer that now.
We can, yeah. So, me and Will, well, I didn't. I was with Will because I had the Razor. But Will had it in Silver Lake, and that was like the first,
St. Helen.
Yeah.
St.
yeah,
Helen.
Saint.
But I've
Helen.
taken mine to Silver Lake plenty of times. That's awesome. Love
Yeah.
it.
So that was the first test, and Will explained it really good in that video. And then we had it in New Mexico.
Yes.
We all were spooled.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all spooled in New Mexico. So definitely check out the New Mexico and the Sand Holo videos. 'Cause that's high speed.
A
New
lot of-
Mexico.
Yeah, a lot of the New Mexico stuff was very high speed.
Yep.
Especially
But-
that when we went through that curvy thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was that
It's a
called?
little-
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's called Star
That was
Wars.
fun.
It says
Yeah.
you can't turn. I mean, you ain't get more turning than that.
Yeah,
And I was in four-wheel drive the whole time.
So,
It does well.
Not that it really matters because all that does is lock them both together. But
So in short, it does amazing.
yeah, it didn't feel any different to
No,
me
so-
going 70 than it does going
Same.
20.
No, I
No
thought
difference.
it would push.
It-
But it.
I think it actually
didn't.
pulls you.
Well, yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. I thought it was going to push into the turns, but when you turn and hit the gas,
It pulls you through the turn.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Also on the spool, I use a lot where it like kind of self-centers a little
That's
bit.
what I
Yep.
was gonna say too.
And I just let it like whip back,
Yeah.
and then you can. It's
Yep.
actually kind of faster because it just like.
Yeah.
You just let go of the steering wheel
Yeah.
and then
So-
grab it after it straightens
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
I
That's
use
what
that,
I do.
Honestly, I use it all the
That's-
time.
So do I.
That's
So do
one
I.
thing that I
Like
like.
compared to your side by side and Aftermath, I really enjoyed driving your side by side because it's a lot easier to steer because it just goes right back to where you need it
It's
to
really
be.
nice.
It seeks center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
Aftermath
on-
doesn't do that.
No.
This has nothing to do with high speed, but even on the tight technical trails,
Yeah.
I love it.
Through the woods, yeah.
I turn the steering wheel. As soon as I get out of the turn, I just let it go.
Yeah. So
Grab it again, and I'm
almost
going
makes it
straight.
faster to steer.
Yep.
Mhm.
There will be videos in the upcoming videos of me doing 50 or 60 through New Mexico one-handed while I'm
Yeah,
filming.
I have
and
I have
it's
it in there.
really it's really not a concern. I mean, especially with the centering of the wheel, it's no joke. It's awesome. You really can one-hand it, let go when you're coming out of a turn, and it's going to center you right where you want to be. It's awesome.
Yeah, and if you're watching this and you're not familiar with the Smart Spool, check out our website. We created a spooled front diff for the Can-Am, which is pretty awesome.
I love it. It's my favorite single mod I've ever done to my machine.
For what we do, there is not a single option out there I'd rather have at all. You don't worry about
It'll do it all.
you don't worry about breaking your diff when you're getting up on a rock climb or a rock claw. It's not a concern.
Okay.
When are you going back to Eastland?
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't
like
know.
Eastland too.
I really
It's been
enjoy
on the
Eastland.
list,
It's,
but-
yeah, it's
I
been
like
on
the
list.
dude
It's-
that did it too.
Yeah, Gary.
Gary.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Sam.
Gary's awesome.
But
Yeah.
Sam the
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah,
Sam.
it's been on the list. It's just out of the way of everything else, so we got to throw it in there.
Ever consider buying a bouncer one day? Yes.
Every day of my
Sherry
life.
tried to buy one. Sherry tried to buy one at BFR when we were there.
That was a nice one.
Actually, I tried to trade the house for it. I said no.
If things go well and you guys subscribe and we get a lot of subscribers, it is an option.
That's a good option.
I'm driving.
I'll
I'm
be
not
your
riding.
passenger.
Hey, I have lots of parts to build one.
Right.
I
Right.
would love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in them too.
Have you or would you consider adding a KRX to the fleet? Why? What's your thoughts on them?
Have we considered it? I mean, I guess we considered
I
all
don't-
side-by-sides
no.
in the beginning,
Flat
but
out. I'm sorry. I love all the KRX owners out there. Love you guys.
I personally,
You've had them ride with you. That's
yeah, I personally wouldn't buy one.
That's not for me.
It's just not for me, but I would like to have one on the channel at some point.
That I agree. I mean, they're comfortable. Every time I've seen them perform, they do great. I'm Wilski throttle, you know. If I'm not hearing something rapping and sucking in air behind me and going afterwards, I don't know if it's not for me. It's just not for me.
Hopefully one day, yeah, there's one on the channel.
Top 5 places to ride. I think
uh,
you should do dry race board for that.
yeah.
Top
Now,
5.
is this
Of all time,
is this
Mhm.
everywhere.
oh gosh.
Oh man,
Oh.
well, I already know my top 5 then, because we just pretty much did it. If I could only ever ride 5 places, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Top 5 of all
I don't know if I
time
can do
ever.
it.
No, Tim's got some serious thought going on over here.
Well, there's a lot of factors to consider. Because I really like riding. I liked riding up in Drummond, but those on
Skeeters.
I could do without sand. I think
Yeah.
sand is awesome, but I don't think sand would be in my top 5.
No.
See, I
Not strictly sand.
No.
Right. I like the rocks.
I can understand that.
I'd go back to Drummond just for the steak. That would make it one of my
Drummond's
favorites.
just a really cool experience.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question again? The state or
No,
the
top
Top
five
5
places.
places to ride.
so like parks?
I'm going
Okay,
with parks. But I need some time to consider this.
We might have to fast forward.
Yeah.
Can I play that music?
We're like Jeopardy. You ain't give it 30 seconds.
I got my 5.
No. If we put Hatfield, do you have to look individually or all collectively? Collective. Yeah, 'cause that's got to be on there because that's a lot of trails.
Yeah.
We're good now. We're
Look
good.
at Larry.
Look at Larry.
We're good. Well, you know, I just had to visualize this, and I'm like, nah, I can't agree with this. Well, my 4 and 5 had to change.
I didn't necessarily put them in order. I just put 5.
Okay.
Okay, we'll hold him up to the camera.
We should go like in a circle. You know? Well, not
Okay,
a
do
circle,
your
I
top.
guess.
Start us off.
No.
Do your top 5 first.
Sand Hollow, S'more, Black Mountain, Hatfield McCoy, and Windrock.
Okay, all right.
See, I haven't been to either Black Mountain or Windrock yet,
You'll love it.
but
Yeah.
I know that
I
they'll
forgot
be
about
awesome.
Black Mountain.
So did I.
I
I did Sand Hollow, TWRA, Hatfield, S'more, and Colorado.
Oh, Colorado.
I had Colorado and I raced
forgot
it.
about
So
Colorado.
did I. Colorado had to be
'Cause-
at like 6 for
That's the
me.
most scenic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
It's
yeah.
the most epic place I've ever been
Yes.
in the country. Yeah.
I did have Colorado on my list,
Yeah.
but I raced it.
So Sand
Yeah.
Hollow's first.
Yeah.
I have Sand Hollow, S'more,
That's more second.
Hatfield McCoy.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah. S'more.
Wow.
Tackett.
Tackett, Stony, Windrock, and Ivy.
See, look, I had Stony here, but I erased it and put Hatfield.
Yeah, I mean,
I was back and forth.
They're
between
all
Windrock
good.
and Stony.
All of
I
these
went
places
Windrock
are
just 'cause
awesome.
It was so
I wrote
big.
I wrote
So-
TWRA because that
It covers it all.
Yeah, it covers it
Yeah.
all.
I had Colorado 5, and then I was like, but I really like Ivy too.
I forgot about
For
Ivy.
riding,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah, Ivy's awesome.
That's a good
Bear
list.
Wallow was a good too.
Yeah,
I
that's a
thought.
great list.
So you have S'more?
Yeah.
Yeah, S'more,
S'more was
S'more.
awesome.
You didn't have Sand Hollow.
I knew she would go put St. Helen. I knew that one. So she started getting sun poisoning.
All right, so I went Sand Hollow, Hatfield
Sand Hollow.
McCoy, Outlaws, like near like Beer Can Alley, like
Mhm.
Wagon Wheel. Wellsville, even though I've only been there twice, but it's
Wellsville's a good one.
just crazy, everything everywhere. Hollerwood was number 4.
Hollerwood's good.
It's just like it's a really good blend of like you can go out and have a good time, not beat your buggy totally up, but then there's a couple there's some stuff there that's real nasty. And then Tackett Creek. Tackett Creek's just
Oh, Tackett.
beautiful.
Tackett's my second.
We need another Hell's Canyon beatdown.
Oh, good.
I'll get to be there this
I was
time.
just watching Rudolph Road's video, and I
Scott
heard
missed that
Tommy
one, too.
talking about how this is going to be Hell's Canyon all over again. We're going to be here for 14 hours, and we'll all be best friends. That was a day.
Yeah.
1.7 miles in like what 14 hours or 12
We
hours.
didn't even go 100 yards in 8 hours.
It rained all the way to the trail. So
Who would go down that?
So I missed a good one.
We were struggling to get down the trail.
You had to
That's
have
it.
4-wheel drive to get down the trail to drag all of the rocks to get down.
Knowing that it was one way, you have to go down and turn around and come back up. No way around it.
How many axles did y'all change?
I don't know.
Oh,
Everyone
we had.
Alice, what do you got, Scott?
All right, so my list is a little bit different, but not much. So my number 1 was New Mexico.
New Mexico.
I love New Mexico. I have
Yeah,
Sand
that's
Hollow second,
We need to do a top 10. I like
Yes.
this.
S'mores third, Black Mountain is fourth, and I wrote Ivy Branch is fifth. I did have Colorado down because the sights in Colorado are amazing.
Yeah,
But I switched it, went to Ivy. Because I love going to Ivy.
yeah, after everyone else's list, I would add Colorado and Black Mountain to mine. I forgot all about Black Mountain.
I really, really, really like New
Somehow.
Mexico.
So,
Yeah.
Stony
Yeah,
would get
New
honorable
Mexico.
mention. That would be the
I
next one
had,
on my
I
list.
had Stony. and
I kept
took
trying
it
to
off.
throw it on there.
I love Stony.
I just put Windrock because it was like bigger. It
Yeah.
has more stuff.
I just put
As
both.
far as the size and obstacles, Stony has
Windrock is awesome.
stuff.
It's just so
Yeah, it's so,
spread
huge.
out.
Yeah, it's so huge.
262. Can you turn it down a little bit?
We're smoking some ribs.
Yep, time check. What time?
Time check.
10:15.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
half
good.
an hour. We'll take a break.
Yeah.
All right. This one's from Levi. Is it hard to drive zip tie or Sherry's Can-Am?
Zip time.
Levi is awesome. We met Levi in Colorado.
Shout out
Um,
Levi, Parks and his family.
It is not hard to drive. It is just amazing.
Levi,
love zip
you
tie.
should have taken the opportunity. You could have
Yeah.
driven any one of them.
That's true.
Next time.
Next time, buddy.
All right. When to shift into reverse before flipping it when climbing something steep and rocky.
You gotta know when to
That's
hold
just-
That's a hook and poke, I
know when
think.
to fold them.
Lay flat on the ground, and when you look like that in your machine,
Grab it quick.
there is. I think there's a science behind it. It comes with
Experience?
There
it comes with rolling so many times.
I don't
that,
know
like,
it yet.
you'll feel it.
Yeah.
Will this work? And when it does, you're like, okay, that. It's just like
Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't.
sometimes.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes you hear the gas going ring.
Some-
She's going.
Sometimes it just gets you in more trouble.
Happen. Yeah.
But if it's to that point anyway, you're already in trouble. So
Yeah. Yeah. When you're, I kind of
I
take it back to like bicycles and riding wheelies. Like the 12 o'clock. You know when you're gonna flip backwards. That's when you hit reverse.
if it feels like the front
You
end's gonna
learn.
come back down,
You learn the
if
field.
it ain't gonna come down on its own, it needs some help.
Is YouTube your main source of income? How do you fund your rides?
Well, you guys are like
How do you what?
multi-millionaires
Fund your rides.
over and over at this point, right?
That's right.
YouTube is not the only source of income. No, there's several different avenues, including our day jobs. And what was the other one?
Is YouTube your main source of income? How do you fund your rides?
How do we
Find
do
or
that?
fund?
Fund.
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 F-U-N-D.
Jobs.
Jobs. A lot of overtime.
Lots of work. Lots of cages.
More
You
work.
guys.
Making merch.
YouTube is a huge help. The Patreon, the memberships,
Yeah.
the sponsors.
It's just everything.
All, the cages, the smart
Everything
schools,
all wrapped together.
the website, all of that combined. And none of that's possible without you guys watching our videos. So thank you.
Yes, very.
Thank you.
Very
Yeah.
big thank you.
When are you going to come out with your own version of the RS1 diff?
As soon as this one breaks, as soon as mine breaks in a Pro XP, or I talked to a couple people that said they might send us a used one to look into. So as soon as I get my hands on one, obviously we don't want the razor down, so I can't pull it, but
That thing's,
hopefully soon.
that thing's done pretty well.
It's been hanging in there.
I don't know
Yeah.
how it hasn't ratcheted yet.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I was just
The
gonna
other thing I
say.
can think is we put that 12-volt thing on right away.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's helping save it.
Maybe.
12
Maybe.
volt
Maybe there's something
mod,
to that.
maybe?
I mean, and that's just the RS1 diff, and that's holding up 35s to that
I
heavy
haven't
guy.
beat on it like I do my Can-Am though. If
No, I wouldn't say that.
if I would
I
get
don't
on
know.
it,
Hillbilly.
Yeah, say Hillbilly
Rough
gone up
one
for
of that
that
day.
one. Yeah, it was pretty.
Hillbilly, you were rough on it, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've
There's
never
been-
landed on throttle with it. We'll say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I did at BFR and I broke an axle. We didn't film that, but probably should have.
Yeah.
It was a leisure ride.
Yeah.
You have it.
Yeah, y'all come back covered in mud and was like, what
You're not
happened?
easy on it. But you have been really beating up zip tie lately.
Yeah.
You've
I
been
want to know what
Yeah.
the diff and axles will hold.
Well, yeah, exactly, because that is the rear now, the 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been kind of learning with that, but I've watched some terrible things be done to
It's
that
gonna
lately.
beat him hard.
Why do you like 32s over 35s? Do 35s just break more stuff?
I love this question. I hate 35s.
As you run 35.
Oh, the Razor will hold up to 35.
Let me drive it.
Challenge accepted.
Listen, the side-by-side parts just aren't there for big tires yet. Big tires are...
Not for hitting and momentum things. I mean, if
If
you're
I-
just gonna cruise down a trail, it's gonna be fine.
Or straight crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flatland, yeah.
Well, even if you're in rocks, but you're just crawling,
Crawling.
the 35s are awesome.
Yeah.
If you need any type of momentum,
If you got
It's
a
gonna
bump,
break something.
that's when I mean, I ran 35s for a while. Ball joints.
knuckles,
Yeah, they just don't like the 35s.
axles,
Yeah.
It's a lot more wear.
arm bushings.
Well, I mean, you go
Radius
out.
rounds.
There's a lot more
Yeah,
rotating mass.
radius rods.
Yeah, the radius rods didn't like 35s at all,
Um,
and they bounce.
A lot of bounce.
There's more bounce in a 35 than there's 32.
can't lose with 32s. I'm not going to 35s unless I have to.
32s are a good balance. I mean,
I would like a 33 Zilla. That's what I would like.
33 would
I'm
be
surprised they don't
a
make one.
great compromise.
The 35-14 is like 33 and a half, 34.
Yes.
That's a good compromise. I think the
But-
35-15 is true size.
It would probably have a lot of bounce being a 14 there because it's got a lot of sidewall.
Huge sidewall.
Yeah, I wish they
But
made.
would they bounce on the 64?
Probably
Wait, they tested
Probably
that
not
too?
as much.
Not as bad.
If you guys go to our New Mexico video towards the end, we did a test on like a rock slab. We're all on 32s. The difference between a 64 and a 72 with the bounce. That was a really good test.
It was.
And
There's
you
no
put
doubt.
35s on there, they're going to bounce a lot more.
Well, it's just gonna
Yeah.
magnify everything because they're bigger. But I mean, all the 72s bounced.
Yeah, 64.
You got a good one coming or what?
No, I just liked it.
Okay, next question.
Being a family-oriented, family-friendly channel is awesome. What's your advice from one parent to another on how you got your kids interested in riding? How did you ensure they enjoyed it as much as you guys do?
Okay, hold on. Coop, come here. Stand with Emma. Get in camera with Emma. You guys can answer this.
We had a 4-wheeler at like age 4.
You guys didn't have a choice,
But
being
Yeah.
in submission.
But did you like it?
Mhm.
Why did you like it?
I don't know, it just
Fun.
yeah, it was just fun.
Because you always did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of
Start
like
start them young and just hope that they like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Our
would-
daughter, the same thing.
We would go
Started
down
out
to
on
the
the
bottoms and drive as fast as we could through like the mud holes and stuff. That was always so much fun.
If I can find some of those older clips, I'll put them.
Do you have the clip of us power washing Cooper off?
I think I have a picture of it. I was power washing Cooper, and the neighbor was standing behind me, and then Cooper's like getting smashed with like the power washer, and I look back, and he's like,
He likes it.
it was so muddy.
So I have something to throw in here. Gianna is my youngest daughter. My next daughter in line, Brooke, she used to go riding all the time and liked it. But once we started doing the harder stuff, she didn't want any parts of it anymore.
That's
So,
understandable.
yeah.
but Gianna loves it.
Yeah, you can't make her get out.
So she don't
No,
know.
and then Brooke didn't want to. Oh, we're not going up that hill. We're not going across that rock. You know. But whenever we just trail rode, Brooke loved it.
Yeah, so just starting them early.
Get them used to all that flopping and stuff.
Our kids always got anything that was outside. If it could be outside, they were outside.
Yeah, no sitting inside when it's nice out on computers and phones and
Trampolines, kayaks,
PlayStations. Yeah,
four-wheelers,
if it's
GoPros.
nice and it's not lightning in our yard, get outside and play.
Right.
If it is lightning, just stand under a tree.
If you want your kids to be involved in your off-roading lifestyle, start them young.
We always did it together, I guess, too.
Mhm.
And we
Yeah.
always just did it all together.
We always went camping and kayaking and tubing down the river and stuff.
Yep, that's how,
And we would
that's how we
we'd
were
drive
with
down
that
to the
one.
bottoms, go ride, and then go fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Yeah. All right, next
Yeah.
question. Dry erase board.
Don't.
Top 5 favorite or necessary X3 mods / accessories.
In order? We
X3.
have to do them in order.
X3.
Top 5.
Necessary mods for the X3 or accessories.
Is it just for us or in general?
I would
I
say
think
like
what we would pick.
Like if you was getting a new machine, the top 5.
the
things
top
you
5.
do
Yeah,
to
if you could only do 5 things to a brand new machine, what would you do?
But for us or for everybody?
Say for us.
Okay.
I think these have to be really similar to each other.
I would
We're gonna
imagine.
find out.
I bet the Cherry
Are
the
yours in
number
order?
1 or number 2.
Are yours in order?
Yeah.
Top.
I don't necessarily
Yeah.
know that mine are in order.
That's I don't know,
Yeah, mine are.
Order, but
My first one is absolutely in order, but
Alright, we'll start.
Mine's in order.
We'll start again. Go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay, Zillas, trailing arms,
No!
cage, smart spool, and winch.
Dang, I forgot about the winch.
me too.
Oh, I totally forgot about a
You
winch
know,
too.
you went to Rush on the Razor and didn't have a winch.
Whatever
do you
Jesse.
Cheating like usual. There's 6 mods that you need. Cage,
Oh man, I
smart spool,
I
Zillas,
took- I-
trailing arms, A-arms,
This is-
winch.
Oh.
My
I
list
cheat
is
too.
you might as well
You're
just
out.
throw my list out the window.
You're out of the group.
What'd you
Man.
put, comfy seat? No.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
I did put a seat.
He's probably got whips. Backup camera.
Backup camera.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right?
good.
Zillas.
Dillas, A-arms, trailing arms, cage,
She's
winch,
got
and
6 too. See, I didn't put the A-arms because I run out. I was
That's
like, let's survive a trip or 2, you know.
Don't put much consideration into my list. But trailing arms was one because that was the first thing I broke.
Mm-hmm.
And Sherry told me right out the rip that those were the best upgrades. I didn't listen. The diff, that was the second thing I broke. A-arms was the third thing I broke. And then I put navigation in a seat because without navigation, I'm lost. I don't know these trails or these systems. And I forgot about Zillas and a cage.
So you're definitely not going to be able to hang with us.
And you ain't got a winch, so when you
Yeah.
when you're
Hey, but at least I'll be comfortable and I won't be lost.
There you go. Yeah. You'll know
Okay,
where
you
you're
can
going.
Find your way to the green trail.
Yeah, exactly.
I like green trails.
What you got, Scott?
All right, so my first one is a smart spool. I have high clearance trailing arms, Zillas, sticky of course, lower A arms, cage, and I threw the winch in there as number 6.
Only Scott would have to specify the sticky Zillas.
Yeah. Make sure there's
A-arms
sticky.
on there.
Tim's adding a 6th since we all did.
Yeah, y'all cheated.
I did.
A-arms.
You should
Go ahead,
just
add
in
one more.
arms in general.
I'll
Trailing
listen,
arms
if
and
If you
A-arms.
if you have these, you probably don't need this.
Well, if you
Well.
start, you need to flip yourself back
Yeah,
over
right.
sometime.
I don't know.
All right.
If they ride with y'all,
Or
you're going to need
somebody's
a
going to
winch.
pull Will out because he ain't got one.
But he'll be comfortable though.
I bought the XRC model, so what? You and I were the only two that got the winch right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So I never
Oh.
even really consider the winch like
Mm.
an accessory.
Yeah.
But yeah,
One thing I will throw in there, if your machine ain't got it, you should have harnesses. But
Yes.
yeah, 100%.
That's a good one to
Harness.
say.
I
Most
won't
of ours have.
own a machine without harnesses.
Yeah.
No, when we had the Yamaha, that was what we had was the 3-point
That's what
belt.
ours came with.
And it was it was insane. And it was, yeah. So we instantly, you know, well, after we rode with y'all,
Harnesses.
we got Zillas and harnesses. After Rush, we were like, that's, you know, because we met him on a subscriber ride in Rush, Kentucky. Like, it'll be 2 years in November.
Was that the first time that you guys met them too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
same
That
as
was
you.
both of our. I think that question might be coming up.
Okay.
I think it
Oh.
is.
Yeah.
Even
talk
crap.
about it.
even like
Sorry.
the 4-point is a lot more comfortable than the 3-point.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
that's-
You feel safer.
Yeah.
You're in there.
Yeah,
Slide out of
And
it.
I agree, it is more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that 3-point just digs
Yeah.
into my neck,
Mhm.
That's
where the 4-point doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
It stays there.
Yeah.
All right. What length enclosed trailers is everybody running?
We have a 28 box with a 1.5 foot V-nose, so 29.5.
That's
That's the
everybody.
same for me.
mine's a 8.5 by 26 enclosed. Nothing special.
It's 8.5
My-
by 22.
My trailer's 31, but that's including the tongue, so I'm not exactly sure.
So like a 3 foot tongue probably.
Probably,
You're a toy hauler, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And what's that? What is your like garage?
My garage is 14 feet, but half of the, well, a third of the garage is into the kitchen, which is only 72 wide.
Oh. Can you get it there? You probably can't get it past there.
Yeah, I just squeezed
Oh, yeah.
the suspension in.
Mm.
And I have, I don't know, about this far on each side of the wheel once I reach the kitchen
Well,
cabinet.
that's good information, though, because you're running 72 and you have a wider offset wheel.
No, it's got
No, mine are
That's
stock.
Oh, you're stock.
I'm
Okay.
running stock
6'1".
wheels.
6'1". Okay. So you are
It
true
wouldn't
72.
fit. It wouldn't fit with offset.
Probably not. It would be very, it might, but it would be very, very tight.
By the
Suck
time
it in
you
more.
jacked it up enough, would you have the height on the?
I think so. I got a lot of height in there yet.
All right.
Dry race board.
All right.
Y'all had to like hurry up and like get it ready.
I like the
We're
dry
excited.
erase.
Yeah. All right. Sherry seems pretty fearless when it comes to some of the harder trails.
Oh.
Which trail/climb has made her the most nervous?
Ooh.
I know it. I know it.
This is specifically for Sherry,
Yeah.
we're all
Mhm.
guessing.
Yeah.
Most nervous.
Scared, nervous. I know it because she talks about it pretty regularly.
I don't know if this is true,
I got the
Sherry.
ins- I got the
I
inside
think you know
information.
it, Scott.
You
I don't
know
know.
it.
We'll see, but
You do know it. I'm on.
No, I don't know.
You're sharing answers beforehand.
It's already written
You-
down. It's already committed.
Yeah, I
I
can.
guess.
If you guys know, you probably won't. Leave your guesses in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which climb made Sherry the most nervous or scared?
Oh. I know this part too, though.
Did you look off mine?
yeah, I don't have any inside information here, but I
Oh.
have a good idea. But I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Y'all are peeking.
We're locked in.
Okay.
You cheat.
You ready? Shotgun.
Oh.
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Hollerwood.
But she doesn't like
I rode
the
Slate
she's not
Rock.
a
She
fan of
doesn't
the
like
dunes.
the dunes.
She doesn't like
No.
the dunes because
What's
she
that
can't see what's
climb
coming.
called? Apple Pie?
Yes.
At the Gulches?
Yeah.
Because that,
I actually forgot about shotgun.
imagining you on
It's
that.
really
would be
the only one that's really ever got me like
It still
All
had
up
the-
in your
it still had
feelings.
the tree
Like, had to,
then.
like, sit there for a minute and think about hitting the second part.
After I hit the tree, I was
Yeah.
really worried.
You know, what about
Right.
But up until
Tree's
that point,
gone.
I
Yeah,
was
that tree.
okay.
I
Yeah.
did
Tree's
it.
gone.
I did it last time we were there. That tree's no longer there, so it's even scarier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
And
like,
the hole's dug out nasty.
the first
too.
part's nothing, but when you have to climb sideways, looking down over
A
that,
60, 80 foot
Yeah.
drop. Yeah.
and you're already sideways before you even start going up, and then you have to bump it. Yeah.
Shotgun and Hollerwood.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a nasty one.
It's one that doesn't show on camera.
No.
No, because y'all were talking about it. I'm like, it doesn't look that
If there
bad
was
'cause I
no,
wasn't
if there was no drop off, we would never even think about it.
No. You just hit it. You wouldn't even think. You pull up to it.
Alright.
Okay.
Ever gonna build a full-on tube chassis?
Ooh.
Yeah.
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 Soon.
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I don't know. I would like it to be like 100% tube chassis, but you're looking at a lot of money. But I think I want some type
You're
of,
gonna have to get a third full-time job.
I think some type of tube chassis, yes. But definitely never getting rid of the side by sides. I don't want to lose touch.
I
You
love
know, I don't wanna
Aftermath
get-
too much.
I don't want to be unrelatable. You know, side by side content's my favorite, but I would like to add something like that.
Would you consider buying a Maverick R? Why? Why not? What's your thoughts?
Let's go around, Scott. Start with you.
All right. So when it first came out, I was really excited about it. But then when I seen it, it's just too big for what we do. I have no interest in it. I will say I think it's awesome.
Do I think they're cool? Yeah. Would I buy one at the price tag that they're at? No. I don't think that they're. I think the transmission's cool, but I don't think they're a big enough benefit over what the X3 is that I would want it. I think the suspension's really cool. I think it's an awesome platform, but for me and what I do, no, I don't have any plans to buy one.
I say no just because they're too big for me.
They're
Way
pretty
too big for me. I wouldn't even
They
say
haven't
no.
really been that impressive, like in the situations that I've seen them in. Now, granted, it hasn't been that many, and I'm sure that there are some people out there that are really doing some cool stuff with them. But we've seen them a couple times out on trails doing the same stuff we're doing, and it doesn't
I think a
make
lot
me
of it
go,
comes
"Oh
down
my
to
gosh,
driver.
I need that."
I think a lot of it comes down to driver.
I think a
That's
lot
probably-
of everything
that's probably
comes down
true.
to driver, but
I would also say no, that I wouldn't buy one. If I lived out west, I'd
Ah.
already have one.
Yeah,
yes, 100%.
agree.
Yes.
The biggest reason I won't buy one is because you can't hit reverse to save it. You have to have your foot on the brake for it to go into reverse, and that's just a no.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't even know that.
it's dangerous in my opinion.
Yeah.
Same.
Pretty much. To say out west, fast speed, yeah, but I'd rather have CVT for rock crawling stuff. The
Yeah.
transmission's cool, but I wouldn't want it for rock crawling.
Plus, it has that mode in automatic where it kicks it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's got some quirky things that,
They're all, we'll say, safety features.
yeah, that
But
aren't
I don't
really
know that
safe.
they are
It's that
actually
they aren't really
safety
that safe.
features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I think it
Depends
can
on the
get you into more
situation.
trouble
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
than actually maybe saving the machine.
I
Might save you from breaking something and cause you to roll it down a hill.
Right.
Yeah.
I never had any experience with a CVT before I bought the X3, and I was reading the forums before I bought it, and everybody talks about the belt and you're using a rubber band for your drivetrain. Let me tell you what, that thing is awesome.
Yeah.
For $150 for you to be able to do whatever you want, and I've never broke one. You guys have never broke one. They got a lot of miles.
I think combined as a group we have like 30,000 miles and never.
Which is
Well,
impressive.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
But I'm sure if we rode out west, I'm
That
sure we'd shred belts.
That
Yeah.
would be a different situation, though, because
Isn't
you're
that
running
more
4
like a
high, going
temperature?
fast all the time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
even out, yeah.
Yeah.
They got hot.
Yeah, I mean that's what kills the belt is heat.
Yeah.
Who are you / your team? Tell us about yourself and who you ride with. How did you get into riding, etc.
Mm.
You should you go in a circle.
That's a
say
lot.
about, like,
Well, this is
everybody.
who I ride with.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Oh, yeah, for the
exclusively.
most part.
I can't tell you the last time I rode with somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
We just have an awesome group here. We like to set aside times to do subscriber rides, to be able to ride with other people. Obviously,
That's how you
filming
met. Oh,
videos
people.
and going on trips. If we posted and had 50 people show up, it'd just be really hard to make videos for you guys to watch. So that's why we don't do it all the time. Although I would love to. I'd love to ride with all you guys every day. For sure. Yes.
So who are
My
you?
name is Jesse.
He's
I'm
our
a
leader.
side-by-side
I
addict.
like side by sides.
He's the leader.
Also, there's the
My
leader.
hobbies are riding,
And riding.
and riding,
And fixing all the stuff I broke
and,
out riding.
and fixing, and
Yeah.
talking to you guys.
Editing.
How did you get into riding?
I grew up doing it.
Same with me.
I started out just single digits riding dirt bikes and 4-wheelers. My dad did it. My mom did it. Just grew up. that way. Outdoors, playing in mud puddles, drinking out of the hose.
Yep.
I mean, I think all of us grew up like out in the country for the most part.
Yeah.
So we were all.
I grew up.
4-wheel drive trucks.
Yeah, you grew up.
I grew up
Literally,
here.
you grew up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Did we get all parts of the question?
Yeah, it says, who are you / your team? Tell us about yourself and who you ride with. How did you get into riding?
This is our team.
Yep. Tim got into his first thing was a lawnmower with no deck.
Jesse had one of those.
I had one too.
So did
I could ride
Yeah.
wheelies on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine was a wheel horse.
When
That's what I was wheeling
I
in.
remember it was
Yeah.
red. I don't remember what it
Mine
was.
was red and white. Whatever
what
those
brand it
ridiculous.
was.
It was really his mom's. He just kept.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Was it a Murray? No.
Man, I don't know. I would actually take it off roading. I would take it like
Yeah,
down
down
over
in
the
the river.
riverbank into the river back. I'd take it out on the road. And you could actually shift, and I could
Yeah.
pop the clutch and ride little
That's
wheelies
how
and
it was.
stuff. Yeah,
The rear engine, so you could reach
Yeah.
back, hold the governor,
Yeah.
and let her eat.
yeah,
My first one was a 3-wheeler.
yeah. The death traps.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah, 3-wheelers are
A
bad.
70.
I didn't get my
Honda.
first 4-wheeler until I was like 30.
Yeah.
I didn't get my first 4-wheeler until I was 18.
I was in my early 20s when I got my first
I
full.
never picked.
I was 13. I got a blaster.
I started on one of them like Coleman mini bikes or whatever they
That's
were.
what we had.
It was
A
all like
50cc
brass colored,
big bike,
and then
yeah.
I got an 80cc Yamaha, and then my dad was into trials bikes, like the trick bikes. So he had one, so he bought me one when I got that for my, I think Christmas when I was 16 or 15.
That's what you had
Good
to
times.
learn.
I got a bike when I was 14, and I've been riding ever since. Bike, 4-wheeler, and then side-by-sides.
Just keep getting more wheels.
Yep.
bigger.
More wheels.
Cage comes cage.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, side by
With
sides
age
hurt
comes
less. It hurt a lot less than everything else.
Well, I don't know.
Depending on the
You
day.
can bell on a dirt bike or a 4-wheeler.
Right, you can't bell. You're along for the ride in the
Yeah,
side by
you're
side.
committed.
My,
for
my
sure.
back can't take the jarring of
No, my
of
body
the,
can't
the
take
2
that.
and 4-wheelers.
But I would prefer to be able to bell before I started rolling.
Yeah, for sure. That's the nice part.
Just jumps out the window.
Ejector seat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
like
start
a like
riding.
a hatch in the roof.
All right, I'm a next question.
When are you selling the Razor?
It's currently lit now.
Jesse likes that.
For 300
that
easy
thing.
payments. No, it's not going anywhere. I like
Awesome
it.
for life.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
It is fun for everyone to be in the same machine.
It's a great machine. I will say that.
Even when you guys just all for the guy, like, oh, you guys hop in it.
It is
It's always
kind
a
of
good
cool.
time.
It is
As
a
As long as Will's not
blast.
driving.
Hey now, I'm still having a good time.
You are. They were all scared.
We weren't filming when Will
Again, a
took
leader
over.
red.
Will took the steering wheel. Well, actually, we were in Sand Hollow, and I was like, "Hey, everybody,
We were trying to get.
take turns driving this." Scott drove it. Scared me a little bit.
That was my baseline. I was like, all right, Scott got away with this. I'm golden. We're good.
Tim drove it, just a leisure ride. Will got a hold of it and almost killed all of us.
We were good.
Yeah, Tim was like, I couldn't get the harness on.
All I can see is us tumbling and we come flying out like one of the videos.
We were totally fine. We're planted.
I was
Yeah, we
okay
were
with it.
playing it.
We were
great.
We weren't planted.
Yeah, we were fine. That's got a lot of travel in it.
All 4 tires are off the ground, sideways, flying through the air. Do you realize how top heavy the Razor is?
It felt great. We were doing big things.
Hey, it took it.
We felt great.
It took.
It
From
took it.
where I was at, it felt great.
Tim come back, he was like, oh my God.
That machine's never been beat so hard in the. He only was
I
driving
had it for like
15 seconds.
I had it for like maybe a mile. What if that?
It was a death mile, man.
Yeah.
For Death March.
Oh.
I'd rather walk 2.5 miles down the river than get back in that.
Come on.
Wow,
I'll put that to the test sometime.
that's harsh.
That can't be.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
How many hours do you spend maintaining 4 side-by-sides?
Oh, God.
Does it stop?
Yeah.
It's not actually just 4 because they kind of like have to half maintenance mine. Definitely trail maintenance.
Well, actually, never.
4+.
Never, because we maintain them when we're not riding, and we also maintain them
Yeah,
while we're
never
riding.
Right.
Yeah.
They're never,
Sometimes just do an oil change.
there's always
you know?
something wrong with one of them.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Always.
If we're not riding and we're not in the middle of building a cage, we're maintaining. Yep.
Or upgrading, so we don't have to do as much maintaining.
Correct.
Do you have any plans to work on a selectable locker diff?
Oh, and
Emma,
it's
you
strong.
got a
Okay.
big spider on your neck.
Did I
Oh
get
my
it?
god.
Where
I
is
don't know.
Yeah, it's
Help
gone.
me.
Check her hair.
Yeah.
This thing was the size of a freaking
Yeah, we
quarter.
all seen it. It's a,
Oh,
there it
god,
is.
there it is.
Oh.
I got it. I got it.
Right here.
Oh my goodness.
It's just
I got it, Emma.
spider.
You're good.
Thank you.
That was all caught on
Can I
camera.
stand?
No, here, there's nothing.
I
It's probably
stand?
infested.
It's not infested. He
Here, take
probably.
the cover off.
We're gonna
Emma,
need a brief
Emma,
intermission.
The spare chair's back
I'm
here.
getting the spare chair.
It's right on the other
I'm
side.
not using that thing.
I'm still having a good time.
You are. They were all scared.
We weren't filming.
It was a death mile, man.
Yeah.
The death march.
I'd rather watch.
It was a death mile, man. The death march. I'd rather
Walk 2.5 miles down the river than get back to that.
Come on.
So we don't have to do as much maintaining.
Correct.
Do you have any plans to work on a selectable locker diff
and
that's
You got
strong?
a big spider on your neck.
Did I get
Oh my
it?
God.
Where
I
is
don't
it?
know.
Yeah, it's
Help
gone.
me.
Check her hair.
Yeah.
This thing was the size of a freaking
Yeah, we
quarter.
all seen it. It's a, oh, there it
God,
is.
there it is.
Got it.
It's right there.
I got it.
Right here.
Oh my goodness.
I got it, Emma. You're good.
Spiders.
That was
Okay.
all caught on
Can
camera.
I stand? No, here, there's nothing.
It's probably infested.
It's okay.
It's not infested. He
Here, I take
probably.
the cover off.
We're gonna
Emma,
need a brief
Emma,
intermission.
The spare chair's back here.
I'm getting the spare chair.
It's right
Okay.
on the other
I'm
side.
not using that thing.
We're
done
done
here.
been cleared now.
Hey, it wasn't a brown recluse. You were good.
Where did you say it was?
Oh, yeah.
Cooper stole it.
Cooper took it.
Give him the
I knew I put it back there.
I guarantee you the camera saw that spider climbing on her before we did.
Yeah.
It was on the opposite side,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I thought I felt something on
You
my
have
neck,
to-
but I thought it was just my hair.
You handled that a lot better
Oh.
than I would have. Oh,
I was like about to have a panic attack.
You kept it together, Emma.
I'm not making
fall
contact
over.
with.
Let's do a brief battery change on these.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's almost empty.
We're back in action.
Alright,
Emma's recovered.
yeah. I'm safe now. I think. Sherry was telling my family at Royal Blue that you and her had regular jobs. How do y'all work a job, then build cages, and run a website, and find time to ride as much as you do?
Priorities.
Sleep is overrated.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the only thing that you can give up is sleep. So, lots of hard work, managing your time wisely.
Work hard so we can play hard.
Zillas or 370s?
Zillas.
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 And I used to run 370s. Just
Him
saying.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, how'd they work out for you?
On rocks, not good. If all you're gonna do is mud and dirt all day, they're great.
370s.
But if you need any kind of rock traction,
Look at Tim's video.
On
No,
Rankin
Rankin.
Ravine?
Yeah.
But see, Zillows will do all that.
oh yeah.
Not as good, but I think overall the Zillows is just the best.
Yeah, I've never seen a tire that can do everything as good as a Zilla.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
So it may get
Agreed.
beat in certain little spots, but overall,
It's worth it to have that extra confidence when you need it, or when you're hanging off a cliff or
yeah.
For sure.
something.
Agreed.
And even a lot of times, mud, like the sidewall is great.
Oh, yeah, they're-
Ruts.
Yeah.
The Zillas tear up
Yeah,
ruts.
they're great.
Look at the Drummond video of Emma in that.
Oh yeah,
that
she
mud
was
hole.
barely
She
moving.
was she was like pegged and low, and all she was doing was like
Turning
you
the
could
steering
see
wheel.
as soon as she turned,
Yep,
she
it
would
was
creep
like
she
an
would
inch
turn,
or two.
she would
Yeah.
creep
Well, they're
with
like paddles on the sides.
Yep.
Same way in the sand.
it.
They,
Yep,
Yeah.
They do great to sand.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Just wait till we have to buy 4 machines new.
How did y'all meet? Did the love of riding bring y'all together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We can
Scott
start.
can tell him
Yeah,
how we
Scott
met.
can tell his story.
So, I was just going through YouTube channels once, and I seen this one that said, seen a bear on, I believe it was a Warrior Trail System.
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, watched it, and I said, wow, that was pretty cool. And then another one popped up by the same people, so I watched that one. And then another one popped up, and I watched that one, and I'm like, these are pretty good videos. And so then I don't think I had subscribed yet, but I went to your actual like playlist or whatever, and I started looking at all the other videos, and I'm like, Rock Run, Mountain Ridge, Whiskey Springs,
Like Bloody Skillet, I'm sure.
yeah, all that stuff, and
Yeah.
that's where I ride.
Pennsylvania stuff.
It's everywhere where I rode it. I'm like, wow, they have to be somewhere close. And I didn't have any social media at the time. So I had my wife message Jesse on Facebook. And that's how it started.
Yeah, I got a message from his wife's name's Crystal, and I'm like, my husband wanted to know if you're local or if you're going on any rides, and he wanted to join you. And I was like, yeah, I think it was like that weekend.
Yep.
We were going to a little local place, like an outlaw place. Scott came, showed up, and never left.
When was that?
Early on.
That would have been
Maybe 6 months after the channel started?
I want to say that would have been fall to winter of 2020.
I think it might have been late summer.
So I think it was August, September, October.
Somewhere in that range.
Because I think that winter we went to Hatfield McCoy together.
Yeah, we went for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically, I think same thing for me, but a couple years later, I just was watching your videos, and I think I saw on your trailer that it said Butler Trailer Sales, and
Yep.
I grew up and I worked in Butler, so I was like, these guys have to be somewhat local. And then you posted like a video of a subscriber ride somewhere, and I also didn't have any social media at the time, and I was like, what the heck? And I messaged you on YouTube, and I was like, man, how do we find out about these subscriber rides? And he's like, oh, you gotta look on Facebook. So I was like, dang it, all right, I'll go start a Facebook. And then, well, we just found this out, but I met him, what was that, October or
November.
September? November 22 at Rush, Kentucky was a subscriber ride.
That's when we met you.
Yeah, and I had maybe, I maybe had 30 miles on my buggy.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Actually, I remember us being in a line for the very first trail, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. That's messed up. This is stupid."
Was that the big hill?
Yeah.
Rankage Ravine?
No.
the big
The
hill that
hill
F on
where
the hill
we
to-
got like up the hill.
Oh.
And you stopped.
Where I took the wrong turn
Yep,
and had to go up the power line.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, there's no way I'm doing that.
With the
And then,
whole
like, I
video,
watched all the
somebody
X3s
climbed
do it, and
up
I'm
the
like,
hill.
okay, they're doing it.
Hey.
I'm like, I'm still not doing it. And then I watched the RMAX go, and I was like, I can't be shown up by an RMAX. So I'm going up this hill. And then there was another guy that was filming at the bottom, and I was like, hey, dude, high, low, I don't know. And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to send it in high. And there we went. And I was hooked. That was that. You know.
We met in high school. No.
I just heard about the story of you guys meeting last trip.
God, intimidate me. Your turn.
So, like, I used to ride Hatfield all the time, and say I'd look up videos, and I seen their videos all the time. And then I seen that subscriber ride in Ivy, and I was like, next one I'm going to go to.
I think the Ivy was the one that I saw
Yeah,
first.
me too. It's like, I got to find out when the next one was, and it was the Rush one. So I was like,
Yeah.
we're going to go no matter what. Even if I can't hang, we'll find out.
It's so weird, like, thinking about, like, you guys, like, it feels like we've known you guys forever, but it's, like,
It feels the same here.
it's
Yeah.
also weird to think that you, like, found us, like, from, like,
From
random
this.
videos.
From YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've
Like,
met
just by
so many
chance.
awesome people.
Yeah.
So many awesome people.
For real.
And subscriber rides, we always make it so any machine can ride with us.
Mhm.
We want everybody to be able to come, not just.
Absolutely.
We'll still do some crazy stuff, but it's always optional.
We always make sure that there's a bypass, or we'll let people know that unless I accidentally make a wrong turn,
Then we'll get you out.
which has been known to happen. Yeah, we'll do our best to get you out of there.
Yeah, we always want everybody to be able to come.
For sure. Yeah.
See, that's what I liked about y'all. When we first rode with y'all, and you didn't leave anybody behind. You stayed there. Like Tim had never climbed anything like that. He was just, he had rode his side by side before, but never to the extent that y'all do. And like you were there to guide him. You told him how to do it, and it's like that's what people don't realize. When you do have a big group, you guys feel responsible to make sure everybody gets 100%. Off the trail, that they're safe, and that nobody gets hurt. And even if their machine breaks, y'all lend parts, give parts.
Sure.
Everybody chips in, and I think that's huge.
Even after Scott flipped that razor over, we
Yeah.
rewound all the way back to the camp.
It did look like that, didn't it, in that video? But yeah.
The last strap.
Nope, you're going over.
Yeah.
That was
It
really
legitimately looks like you
Yeah.
pushed it.
I was touching it. I don't
I was
think
touching it when it rolled back.
I don't think that I actually made it fall over, but I was touching it.
Do you need a lawyer?
Do you want to retract that statement?
Oh man.
All right, Emma.
Full spool front diff or Halo 30, both good and bad benefits of both.
Oh.
It's nice to unlock a Halo. It really sucks to pay for a Halo when you break it.
They break.
Yeah.
We had the Visco Halo locker kits. Broke them. We had the Halos. Broke them. We have the Smart Spool now. I haven't broken. Nope.
Not one. When you go full Halo 30, you're getting a bill of diff and everything. We're all running stock Smart Lock cases.
Yep. Half the cost.
None of us, and we got a lot of miles between all of us on the Smart Spools. None of us have broken a case.
Half the cost. Twice the strength.
That's to say twice the strength.
I'm
Especially-
running a Halo case.
Yeah, Sherry is running a Halo case with her.
Well, she is now, but before that, you wasn't.
Yeah.
But, the rear is spooled. Why is that? Because it's the strongest.
Yeah.
That's why from the factory they come spooled.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
strength-wise, there's nothing stronger than a spool.
Anytime when you take a moving part out of the equation.
Yes.
And that's a lot of moving parts. Intricate little puppies.
Nothing bad against the Halo though. I think a Halo's a great diff, but it
Ran 'em
has
for a long time.
it has its
Limitations?
limitations.
If it was bulletproof, it'd be great. But
Yeah.
for that amount of money, it's
Nobody
not.
wants to break a part like that in the woods or when you're on a trip. So the more that you can take from that being a chance, the better it is.
Yeah, so if you have to buy a Halo 30, it's $3,000, and then if you plan on riding hard, you need at least 4 axles, because you need 1 spare for each
Each
side.
side.
That's the real killer.
That's another $3,000.
That's
I know.
the
I was
killer.
just going to say that the cost of the axles for the Halo 30 is
So that-
huge.
That's $6,000, which me and Sherry did on 2 machines. Slowly. I mean, we had the side cover already purchased from the kit, and then we went to the Halo 30s and the Visco diffs, and then we went to the full billet
We kept
Halo
the
30s.
Yeah, we kept the cases until we broke them.
But then, we found that limitation, so now we're running, for $1,600 you can put a kit in your stock diff and buy $250 axles, and you have more strength than the Halo 30 could ever give you. The Halo 30 is a good diff, though. I don't want to say that it's not.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's still. I mean, it's a. From coming from like a stock buggy that you have an unlocked front end that still has, an insane turning radius and not too bad of a scrub ratio. It's nice, but it's really expensive. And then at the end of the day, if you're using it for what it's intended for when it's locked, you still got to bite the bullet and it's still going to break. I mean,
a Halo 30 locked in is the same as a Smart Spool.
Right.
But I don't want to say. I'll say the same steering wise.
Yeah. But I mean, in the past, so the last 2 places we rode was BFR and S'more, and in that time of just those past 2 rides, we've watched 3 Halos bite the dust.
Yes.
And that's not an exaggeration. I mean, in just watching people do climbs or crawls, it's like a shotgun goes off, and it's like, both your front wheels are no longer spinning. So I mean, it's a painful thing to watch because I mean that's a lot of money that somebody just poured into that.
Well, I think the Halo can only get so strong. Like there's only so many things you can do with it because the Halo 30, they use spider gears as their spool. So when you lock the Halo 30 diff, the side gears lock the spider gears. So if there's any play at all, those spider gears are going to chip. And that's why most of them are breaking. The ring gears aren't as good as the smart lock ring gears. So I mean, there is room for improvement. I think if they're able to.
And just to quantify that, they're not as good gears because they use the Visco, the previous
It's the Visco
generation.
design, right? The Halo 30 is tailored off of the Visco design.
Yeah. So that's really the flaw in what you're talking about. Why the smart lock is.
And you need 2 different axles for those of you that don't know what the Halo 30 is, which I'm sure you've probably heard of it. Yeah, you have to have a left axle and a right axle. And that was the first thing we changed with our smart spool was to accommodate the same axle on both sides.
Yeah, 100%.
And now the same axle all the way around.
Yeah, right, now you have one axle for your entire machine.
And it's cheaper.
And it's stronger.
And it's stronger.
And you can get one probably anywhere you're riding, probably, because it's a stock axle.
Yep.
No special order or waiting.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're not worried about trying to find a 33 spline, one-off
You're not
axle.
just finding one of those unless somebody else has a spare.
Your group of people that is running the same stuff, if they have one, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have any plans to work on a selectable locker diff that's strong?
No.
Probably not.
Well, the inherent problem with a lockable diff is that it's unlockable, and you are going to have mechanical parts or pieces
as strong,
moving.
No matter what you do.
So no matter what, it's just going to have more room for failure.
The only way that you could make a selectable locker, like we'll say like the Halo, a selectable that way, a manual selectable, is you need room. And the front end of the X3 does not have the room for that. Because it needs to be bigger.
Not even a foot.
Yeah.
That is the biggest issue.
Yeah, and it's not as strong.
No. The strongest diff there is a spool.
The smart spool was built out of necessity. We got tired of breaking everything. So we built something that wouldn't break. I mean,
that's all I used to do. I used to break the diff, break the diff, break the diff. Then we welded it. I'd never break the diff. I just would break an axle, break an axle, break an axle. So I got tired of breaking.
We got buddies going through that struggle right now. Welded diff, brake axles, left, right, and center.
Do y'all ride trails in the winter or just certain times of the year?
9 to 5, only in perfect weather, between 70 and 82 degrees.
We ride about every 2 to 3 weeks.
Rain,
all year
sleet, or
round.
snow.
Yep.
One time we went and it was like
didn't-
-4. Do you remember that?
Well, I'll never forget it.
Was that the PFR ride
No,
in
it
January?
was-
That was
cold.
What was that? Indian
Ridge.
Yeah.
Indian Creek.
Indian Creek.
Indian Creek. It's in Pennsylvania.
It
It
was
was
cold.
like -2.
We ate pizza outside to warm up.
So cool. So cool. What was the question? Whole question? Was there a second part to it?
No, just like, do you guys ride all year round?
Yeah, every
Absolutely.
every 2 to 3 weeks. Otherwise, there'd be a lapse in videos, and we don't want you guys not to have
Can't
a video.
have
We don't do windshields, doors, heaters.
Yeah.
Heated seats.
Tough it out.
Heated seats,
Heated
yeah.
seats.
I don't have heated seats.
I don't have a heated seat either.
Well,
You have them.
That wasn't,
Not
Yeah.
that wasn't on
currently
your top.
installed.
Was it,
Yeah, they're
was
not
that number
currently
6 on your
installed.
list a little bit ago?
Yeah,
Heated seat?
that 6 will be the heater for the seat.
Listen, cheapest, best upgrade. 40, there's like 40, 50 bucks on Amazon.
You guys never put that on the
It's-
accessories
It
upgrade,
can't
though.
be on like your major, but
Okay.
for comfort,
it's a nice.
If you're riding all the time in like Antarctica, then yes.
yeah.
I would have a full enclosure in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Defender 6x6.
Switch those Zillas out for some tracks.
All right.
Would you recommend a smart spool on an X3 Max that's ridden mostly on tight trails?
Well, do them tight trails include
Rocks.
massive rock crawling?
Yeah, if you're if you're breaking diffs and you're tired of breaking diffs or axles in that said X3, then yeah, 100%, because that's the diff that's not going to break and the axles that aren't going to break. But for people that just strictly green trail ride,
if they're tight green trails,
there's really
Well,
there's
and
really
that
no need for
self-centering
it.
kind of thing might help you turn, how it kind of pulls back to center.
I wouldn't say
It
it's
helps.
not machine specific. I would say it's terrain specific.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. If you're just if you're just out to take in the sights and you're never gonna hit a blue or black or a double black, you probably don't need it.
Listen,
No.
but Eric is
there would
putting
be no
one in
need
his
for it.
Max, so
Yeah. Yeah, we
comment,
do have one going in the Max that I know for sure. 2 of them actually.
Yeah, but he rides hardcore. He's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
green trail
But
in
he
it.
could give a review
Yeah.
of
There
that
might-
yeah.
for the long
There's a
machine.
lot of
Yeah.
smart schools out there. There might already be one in the Max. I just don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
We're gonna do a dry erase.
All right.
Oh,
We already kind of did this one,
Okay.
but it's a different. This one's top 10 favorite places you have rode.
Oh,
Top
okay.
10.
This is
Yeah.
the top 10.
Dang, this might even be harder than my top 5.
I mean, you
Like-
did say you wanted top 10.
places. Do we have to do? Can we just do by like state?
Yeah, this is gonna be rough. I don't even remember what my other ones were.
Don't even have 10.
This would be a good top 10 list for you guys to mark down if you haven't been to any of these places.
What
Because
did
I
it
think
say?
everybody's top 10 is probably going to be different.
Yeah.
The top 5 are pretty close to
I
being the
know.
same, though.
All comes down to really like preference.
I thought you just started last time.
Do you need to cheese it?
I just started writing them down. I wasn't even really thinking. I was just writing.
I didn't spell something.
I got 10.
Loam.
Man, I went 11. I really went 11.
You got 6 on the last one.
A lot of like bigger places.
So we need one more.
I think
Ooh.
yeah,
That was fun.
I really like
That
this
was a
spot.
lot of fun.
I like this
Can't
one.
be
That
sharing
one didn't make my
answers.
list, though. But we both have that one.
Yeah,
See,
that one.
I've never been here. I've never been here. I've never been
You've
here.
been
I had one that I really wanted to put
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got it now.
Oh, Tackett, yeah.
Did I
There's
spell
like
it wrong?
a whole list
that's
all in
tactic.
one right here. Are they all? They're all
I'm a horrible
separate, right?
speller, dude.
I'm over here like,
I've never been a tactic before.
Hey, listen.
Where is that?
If we were having a
That's
spelling
what it is.
contest and you were relying on me, we're going to lose.
But you notice I'm not writing. Nobody even going to read it.
T-A-C-K.
Are you done? Everybody done?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm done, yeah.
Go in circle.
All right.
We'll start with you.
All right, number 1. My top 5 didn't really change. Sand Hollow, Hatfield McCoy Outlaws, Wellsville, Tackett Creek, Hollywood, and then number 6 is Colorado. I just I only got to do 70 miles in Colorado, but I can't
80.
imagine.
I think we did 80.
I can't imagine how much more riding we
Oh,
could
yeah.
have done there. It was
I
just
want to go there for a couple days.
exactly. I
I
just
would
loved
love
it.
to.
Everywhere you looked, every different direction is just somewhere beautiful. Next was New Mexico. Same thing. I can't imagine if we had more time to ride there, what else we could see, because it's beautiful forever. 8 is Ivy Branch. I think that's bar none best Hatfield McCoy trail system. It's awesome. Number 9, local BFR. I love it. It's just a good variety of riding for everything. You take your buddies there that don't want to hit crazy stuff, and then if you want to show them some crazy stuff, you can. And 10 was Birds Adventure Center. I loved Birds.
Birds was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Birds.
Yeah,
We've rode too many places.
exactly. I mean, I'm
rode
jaded
Yeah,
probably
I say never.
I haven't made
because
the
S'more.
list.
I got beat up at S'more. That's TBD in the upcoming videos. But
They've probably already seen it, depending on when this is going to come out.
true. But Birds was just really awesome, and it was just a beautiful part of the country that I'd never really been around or seen before.
Mulberry Mountain was beautiful, too.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
So, and see, I'd love to ride down there too. I mean, just down in I'm very surprised. Arkansas and Alabama both really surprised me.
Yeah.
They're both very beautiful. So, yeah, Birds Adventure Center, number 10.
Scott, you might as well go.
All right. So I got New Mexico, Sand Hollow, S'more, Black Mountain, Windrock, Ivy, Hollerwood, Tackett, BFR, and I have Colorado on there as well.
That's your top 10.
So yours and ours are pretty similar, except for
Yeah.
Windrock and Black Mountain.
I made a severe mistake last time. My number one changed.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Ah,
I forgot about
the gold
Look.
Oh, I did too.
Oh,
actually,
Well,
Gold.
it's on
I got
there.
all this time. I was
We
actually-
had 11.
No.
You had 11, we'd add Colorado.
I got Gulches, S'more, Tackett, Stony, Windrock, Black Mountain, Ivy, Colorado, New Mexico, Drummond.
Man, if Gulches was your number one, then I really missed out.
You did.
You missed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Gulches
Gulches.
was awesome.
Gulches
Gulches
was
was
epic.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Gulches was really good.
We better go back then.
We will.
Oh,
I have something I'm surprised you guys didn't write down.
What?
Not you,
I-
because you
I-
haven't been there
How
yet.
did I miss Gulches the first time?
I know, that's what I said.
There's just-
I was like, damn, I forgot it the first time.
Gulches was awesome.
I have Sand Hollow, Colorado, Moab, Pickett, S'more, Stony,
What about Pickett?
New Mexico, Black Mountain, Drummond, Windrock.
So, hey,
Pickett and Moab. I'm surprised they're not on your list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pickett
I
was
didn't like
awesome. I like
Moab.
Moab too.
Moab was
Moab isn't as great of an experience for me because I was only on 3-wheel drive there. You know, this year I got to do Sand Hollow with 4-wheel drive. I got to do S'more with 4-wheel drive. So I appreciated those parks a lot better.
Pickett's awesome.
Pickett was
The question
awesome.
was places I've been, so see, I couldn't put something on my list.
Yeah.
I ain't been to Pickett or Moab.
Hey, I was at 3-wheel drive at Pickett as well.
Well, we gotta get you to Wellsville.
I know.
Yeah, we gotta get the Wells.
I had a really hard time. I had Wellsville and I changed it for New Mexico. Just overall,
so
like my
hard.
top 10
Yeah.
of like, just awesome.
There's that we've been too many places.
And mine aren't really in order. We just put 10.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
Sand Hollow, Birds, S'more, Black Mountain, Windrock, Hatfield McCoy, TWRA, Stony Lonesome, Indian Mountain, and Gulches.
Stony's
Stony's
really
awesome.
cool.
Stony is awesome.
Seven.
We've been to a lot of really good parks.
So we'll be
We have.
Indian here soon again.
It's so hard to decide, and then
It is.
you forget about some,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my god, how do I even forget
I
about
totally
that?
forgot about Gulches.
Yeah, I did
Gulches,
too.
that was like a fun trip. That was like
Oh, I had
the
an
most fun.
absolute blast at
It was
Gulches.
awesome.
Yeah.
No,
The
Emma,
tree
it
there.
was not. You didn't miss nothing. No.
That's right. I'm game to go back.
That's the
That's
best
right.
80
Yeah.
acres I've
Make
ever
sure
been
I'm
on.
on.
Right.
It
We
was.
gotta
For
get
real.
Aftermath hitting some apple pie.
And it's like out of nowhere. Like
Aftermath was
going
there.
to Gulches and even leaving Gulches, there's basically like no elevation changes. There's no like
You wouldn't
rocks
think-
or
yeah.
anything that you think is anything other than just like some sandy dirt mounds. And you get there and it's chaos and mayhem everywhere you look.
Yeah, from here to there to there, like everything's just there.
It's awesome.
Best budget option for axles: 72-inch smart lock. Looking for S3 Titan, Titan X, Rhino, 2.0s, O'Reilly, Cobra HD.
Stock.
Stock.
I would say stock as well.
So if you ain't gonna go straight up to like King Cobras, then just go stock.
Yeah.
If you're in a stock diff and you run anything other than OEM, you're gonna ruin your diff or break in the diff or something.
Yeah.
We've experienced every
Yep.
axle, every type of diff, every scenario.
It's the
Anything
truth.
other than a Can-Am OEM axle is just gonna cause you problems.
Yeah, because it always breaks the shaft.
Not the shaft. Well, on a stock one.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have an OEM axle in your diff, the shaft breaks.
Which is what you want.
Yeah.
It's
If you
easiest to
say-
get out.
Say if you run a Rhino, it's going to break in the diff
The
or
stub
break your
shaft in
diff.
the diff, you're right.
Or break your diff, one of the two. Or
We-
both.
We just had a Rhino break in the diff at BFR
They're
last
not
ride.
fun to get out. You can't do it in the woods.
No, because we found that out. You ran what? It was an 8-ball?
Yep.
Yeah, and it broke in the diff.
And it broke easier than stock.
The reason
I
being,
barely.
it's because when you get an aftermarket axle, they say it's stronger, 20% stronger, 50%, but the axle shaft gets bigger, but the part that goes in your diff can't get any bigger, so that's what breaks.
A good time to mention the benefit of smart spools. You can always drive it out. Unlike
That
a
is a
stock
very
diff,
good
you
benefit
can't.
of the smart spool.
There is no diff that you can do that.
So just the smart
Other
spool.
than you can do that on a Visco with like a really tiny screwdriver, you can pound it out. But our diff, we made it a through design, so if anything would happen to break in the diff, which I don't think you will, but if you did, you could just punch it out the other side.
Yeah, not with the axles that you run with it.
All right. This one's a 3-part question.
All right.
I'll just read them all and then we'll...
Just read the first one. We'll go from
All right.
there.
What trail system had the most epic views?
Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say maybe like New Mexico, good second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Mexico
Sand
did
Hollow.
have some really.
Sand Hollow, Colorado, and out west, man. That's
Yeah.
just
Yes.
Yeah. Colorado
That's
has
just
the
you can see
best,
so far.
but then there's like about 5 others that are like just below it. They're
Yeah.
all
Do you
awesome.
think the people out west that come out here say the same thing about our
No,
trails?
you can't
They
see
probably say, no,
far
we can't
here.
see crap.
Yeah,
for all
that's
the trees
probably
in the
it.
mountains.
I think that's what's
exactly
the
it.
off factor.
Oh, look,
You can
there's
see
another
so much.
tree.
Yeah. I can't see 20 feet around the turn. Yeah.
True.
What is that thing with that stuff on it?
Right?
What is all this?
I
green?
think there's a mountain under all that green.
Yeah.
What's a root?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roots are nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
What trail system did you find the most overrated?
I have. one.
Moab.
I don't want to offend anybody, but South Dakota.
I don't think that
I
was
heard so
overrated,
much
though.
awesome about the Black
Did you?
Hills, and I just didn't like it.
I like Moab.
I've heard Moab's overrated. Just because of the pain in the butt it is to go.
Yeah.
It's not UTV friendly, but the trails aren't overrated.
No, the trails are
Right.
awesome.
But just the
I'd
experience
say
of
in a
having
whole.
to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have one that's I could say is like I had like super high expectations and they weren't met. Like Sand Hollow, if Sand Hollow wasn't as cool as what I thought it would have been, I would have been devastated because I'd wanted to go there for years even before I even knew what riding was.
Oh, man.
I think if I went to
Yeah.
Moab
Mine.
before I went to
Yeah.
Sand Hollow,
Yeah.
my opinion would have been a little different. But since I went to Sand Hollow first, and then I went to Moab, then I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can understand that.
You hear what Tim said about
Mine made.
Mine Made.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Mine Made Adventure Park.
I've
It
never
wasn't.
been
It
there.
wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Mm-mm.
It was still cool to go, but
Yeah.
it was.
Not as much technical as
It was.
It's just a bunch of open riding, a few little hard trails, but
lots of river riding.
lots.
Yeah.
Lots.
River
Yeah, that was cool.
You could probably ride
That's
from here to
like
there.
Black
in the
Hills,
river.
like that.
Right.
Black Hills was basically like fire roads.
gravel roads, except for that one Camp 5 trail, whatever that had some good.
Kong.
Yeah, calm.
Kong Trail was awesome.
We did boogie though. That was
What
fun.
trail system did you find the most underrated?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Birds.
a couple of them
Gulches.
underrated.
Gulches.
Or,
Gulches
yeah,
is
Gulches. I
underrated.
meant to say Gulches. Yeah,
Birds
Gulches.
is underrated. I feel like Stony Lonesome's underrated because I don't
You don't
hear a
really
whole
hear
bunch
much
of,
about
yeah, I
it.
don't really
Yeah,
hear much
Gulches,
about
Stony
Lonesome.
Run.
But
Stony
Gulches
Lonesome.
is, and it's weird too because Gulches is like in an area where it's kind of like isolated from a bunch of other parks, so you would think that a lot of people would want to like go there. But Gulches is pretty underrated. I don't know.
BFR.
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 BFR is a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
BFR is
So
underrated.
smart, Mom.
Yes.
Thanks.
BFR is, in my opinion, the best spot to ride in Pennsylvania.
Agreed.
Hands down. Not even, there isn't even a close second.
Yeah, from what we've
Agree.
heard, yeah.
Agree.
Alright. Next question.
Okay.
Are you going to do any turbo mods or different tunes than you already have, or go to any different tire size?
I'm about to get a big tuna.
You need one.
I would actually like to tune my machine. I've talked about it for probably over a year now. But I have to do so many other things first.
It's on the list.
Yeah. It's on that long list.
We all talk
I'm not
about this.
changing anything.
Mine's on my husband to-do list.
Well, Tim and I have the 2022 models, and the ECUs are locked, and Whalen and Eva are the only two that offer tunes, and they're pretty pricey, and you kind of have to give up your ECU, and you can't go back to stock very easy. So, and the only benefit I really want out of it is being able to turn down the fan
Yes.
kick on temp.
Yeah, ours is a 23.
Oh, you guys are 23. Okay, I'm a
Mine's
22.
23 too.
They're
Mine's
all the
well.
same computer though.
Yeah, but yeah, because stock ECU kicking on at, or stock fan kicking on at 205, it's warmer than what I'd like, but I don't have any desire right now to go to a tune or anything.
Clutch. We gotta figure something out with the clutches.
With yours?
Yeah, mine and Tim's.
Mine's in the shop.
Mine's getting there.
Tim's
Yeah,
getting it
the
figured
nightmare
out.
Tim's
is.
going to be the test dummy on the clutches.
Yeah.
What are you getting done, Tim?
KWI.
What's that?
The KWI.
Oh, okay.
So
The float mod.
they're working their magic on it.
Yeah,
So.
the Nightmare's
Are
sitting
you
on there
just-
disassembled.
Are you doing
I've
just
heard,
the
I've
float
heard
mod?
good and bad.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, not
What's
really
that?
bad,
I
but
told them to do it all.
you sent your collection.
Dang.
Money, money, money.
Yeah, really.
No.
That's why y'all haven't seen Tim for a while. That's why he hasn't been up. He's been working overtime.
Well, I'll be interested.
Me too. Me too.
Do we need to
Depending
do
on how
a,
much
a
they
public
film me.
service
It's good for me.
announcement?
Oh yeah, right.
Well, that, I mean, you're in probably
You gotta
like $3,000
work your,
territory.
Your
Yeah, I think it
magic
was
on
like
your
15.
fold for
Yeah.
side by side money.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off camera.
Yeah, we want to know how much something like that's going to cost.
What's
said
that
he's
say? If
been
you gotta
out
ask, you can't afford it. That's where I'm at.
See, you pay up front, and then they do their magic, and then they invoice you. And you got to finish paying before they send it back.
Oh.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
you're stuck no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah. They'll send me a bill when it's done, tell me how much to pay if I want it back. Yeah. So that's how that works.
Oh, man.
So he's been eating spaghetti with no meat,
So
ham and no burger.
It'll be worth it, Tim.
hopefully, whatever
Gotta get that
series we got
75,
coming next.
25 hamburger set of 90-10.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that'll
probably
give us time to start saving for money. If it works out.
Yeah, we'll see. I might just have Sherry deal with the hard shifting.
It gets. I mean, that's
It sucks,
somebody was
dude.
asking about the shifting. Like if you're in the that is sketch because
What's the shifting and like y'all seen it in the out there in San Juan and stuff? Like my belt was getting scorched.
Yeah, it was.
It was like binding so bad it was causing some injuries.
yeah, but if you're in that position
Yeah. You
and
need to hit
you
reverse,
can't get it in reverse except turn it off.
You ain't got time to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's weird because it's not constant either.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
reverse
One
fits.
minute to go right in, and it doesn't even have to be in a bind. Like you can pull it up here on flat ground and go put it in park, and it
Yeah.
won't go.
Yeah. It's weird.
Alright. Dry race.
Oh, we're all still.
Favorite machine in the crew.
Oh, favorite.
Wait.
Aftermath.
Ooh.
Like,
Well, everybody, you can't pick your own machine.
Obviously.
Already done.
Aftermath.
What's yours?
Oh, go ahead. Machine too.
yeah, that's true. You gotta name yours first.
Okay, I'm going to go.
You can't pick yours.
She don't have one, so.
Oh.
Probably zip tie.
Zip tie. Okay,
She
I'll
bailed
go.
on you, Sherry.
I'll go.
You're right.
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
it.
My favorite machine is Aftermath.
Yeah. If I can't pick Aftermath, then it's probably zip tie.
Aftermath.
Aftermath.
I picked Trust Fund.
Aww.
I just think I
I
love the
like
look of
trust. I like.
your. I
trust
love the
funds.
look of your buggy. I love
Color
it.
scheme.
So Tim's favorite is zip tie and mine is Aftermath.
Yeah, I like still having the front on it.
Aftermath seems to be a crew favorite.
Yeah, well, Aftermath
It's a
is
beast.
awesome. It
It's
really
everybody's
It's
favorite.
an awesome
It's a beast.
machine.
But
It does really
I
good.
love the look of your
Does.
machine, Sherry. I love it.
I do too.
Looks low.
Yeah.
That cage
That's what
chop
everyone says
just
in
makes it
person. They're
slam.
like, God.
Well, they don't realize how.
No one
Sure.
fits in
It's
it.
like
Yeah.
I was saying, an average height person.
Sherry
can't
built
fit
it so
in
nobody
there.
else can drive it.
That's
I mean,
right.
No one can steal it. No
That's
one
right.
can drive it. They're gonna be like,
Yeah, right.
Pop the roof panel out.
yeah.
Alright. This is not a dry race, we're done. When will the cage video be out on the sweet black Pro XP?
We didn't film it.
This is Greg. This is Greg.
It's gonna be a while, Greg.
Yeah, so we didn't film
Uh,
it.
I mean, as we're filming this video, it's pretty much done, and you're coming tomorrow to get it. But I don't know when this video is going to be out. But you already have it by the time this video comes out.
It'll probably already be beat up by the time this video comes out.
This one says, what was the cost of all of the machines?
That's
It's a lot.
ongoing.
Yeah.
There's no total.
I have no idea what I have in mind.
It comes in chunks and waves.
Probably
What do
not
you need
one
to
of
upgrade
those.
or
What?
line
Way
up?
It's
too
all
much.
sick.
He said, what was the cost? Like, what did we pay for them
Original
originally?
purchase price.
Maybe it just said, what was the cost of all the machines?
I mean,
Maybe originally then?
If we're going originally, I paid 21 out the door for mine. Paid 15.5. Or no, yeah, 15.5 for Aftermath originally.
And they're both
19s. Aftermath, when we bought it, had 200 miles on it.
But it's like the base model, right?
It was pre-COVID.
Yeah, that's good pricing.
The Razor I paid $21,500 for.
What was it for my new one?
$23,500.
All right.
I don't know when it died, but we paid $23,500 for Sherry's new one that we have now, and we still have payments on all of them.
Yes. Grand.
I think I paid $26,800. Mine's a 2022 model. I bought it in August. Well, I ordered it in like September of 2021, but I got it in like May of 2022. Why? How much did you pay for yours?
I mean, it's just a long time to wait.
Oh yeah. Well, that was at the height of COVID.
Yeah.
That was at the height of COVID,
Was ours?
and my buggy sat at the dealership for like 3 months without an ECU and a power steering module and
I remember
like
those
3 or
days.
4 other things. Yeah, so I waited for a while.
I think mine was around 26 something.
That I mean,
That was
2022,
last-
2023. That's
Last April. So.
and they're not the base models. Both of us have the Turbo RRs, the X models.
You got that was the most expensive model when you bought it, right?
At the time, yes.
The XRC, yeah.
I don't remember if it was low 28s or low 29s out the door. I can't remember. It was one of them two. Is what I paid for mine.
Sounds about right. They're about 32 now. 32, 33.
And then you can add in about like, I don't know, what, 12 to 15,000.
I always tell people you buy the machine, you're
accessories.
halfway there. You can
Yeah.
put that much more
Wish I
back
had
in it
that.
again.
I think that's what I think I have like $2,000 for the A arms, uppers and lowers, $700 for trailing arms, $15 for a smart spool. I have a 33 spline, so I have 3 front axles, so I've spent like $2,000 in axles, maybe $1,900 in axles.
Don't forget your seat. My God.
Oh yeah, my expensive seat, my
Yeah.
seat was $600. Cage and doors, that was like $6,000. I don't even remember off the top of my head, but cage and doors, that's not cheap. But you know, Dom material's not cheap, and a decent fabricator's not cheap.
Your
J-Star exhaust, $600. I think that's really about it. I don't have any suspension work done. I don't have any engine work. I don't have any clutching done. I want springs and suspension revalving. That'll probably be the next big thing that I get. But it never ends. You know, just
The only thing left to upgrade on zip tie are knuckles. That's it. Everything else is, I can't do anything else to it.
and knuckles starting out, I was like, who cares about those things? And now I see like a nice set of knuckles, and I'm like, oh, those puppies are nice.
Those are some nice
Yeah.
knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
You kind of already just got into this, but it was a dry erase one. Who has the most money in their machine?
Is it a dry erase one?
Mm-hmm.
Are we just
You
gonna
get
tally
to
what
count
we
your
have
own
in our
labor?
machines?
I think like who has the most money in their machine. So
I have no idea.
you guys.
Well, I skipped out on most of the R&D phase, so I mean, I got the 3 of you to thank for that.
I don't even know how much I have in mine.
I don't either. I don't want to add it up. It
I don't
doesn't
Know
make
an
sense.
answer.
It's way too much. Way too much.
It's also so it was 2 parts. I didn't see the second half. It's who has the most money in their machine and who has the least.
No, that would be
Well,
it.
Emma will be the least because she don't pay for it.
That is absolutely it. That's what I
I mean, you do say it's yours though, so is it really mine?
Well, now that we just
No.
talked about buggy prices, now my answer's changed.
I have an answer, but I have reasons for my answer.
Okay. Ready?
No.
Tim?
There's definitely a lot more in Emma's.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Emma. Yeah. Emma, because
I don't pay
it was
for
pre-made.
it.
Because Emma's costed another whole
I don't
machine.
really break
I say Tim
anything,
because
though.
I'm on the receiving end of the bills too.
Well, I know.
so.
I know. I would say this is my answer. I have Tim or zip tie, and then I have Scott's is the least. But the reasons I have that is because I've gone through more diffs than you.
Yeah.
But we have the same everything else, and Scott still doesn't have uppers. So that's one thing less than he's bought. That's why I went with this.
But if you figure the fact that you had to buy her machine because Aftermath blew up.
Sherry's at the top.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
like I said, there's nothing left. I have shock therapy springs. You don't. So there's.
Yeah.
That's mine.
I didn't.
Reasoning.
I didn't really
Well,
write
but
anything
if you
down.
had to
Mine's a
paid
total
somebody
guess.
to do
I
all the
don't
work
know.
to
And
do
my
this
only,
all the time.
Yeah,
I just know that you don't have
Yeah.
the lowers.
So if you
the
got to carry your own
lower
labor,
Uppers.
Jesse
Oh,
and
the
Emma.
uppers. Sorry, you have the lowers. You don't have
Jesse
the
and
uppers.
Emma. Jesse, because he's rebuilt his machine like 3 times, and I'm sure 3 more to come.
Yeah.
I put zip tie as the most,
It's
and
it
Scott
is-
is the least, just because I don't know.
Because it's probably true.
You're conservative.
You get a lot of bang for your buck.
I do.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
if it ain't
Because usually I
important,
can't
don't
afford to
fix
fix it.
If you could drive without it, don't fix it.
If you can use pliers on it for a while, don't fix it.
Hey, it lasted me 8 months.
Well,
Look
it
at all that
lasted-
brake pad you see.
Does it pull that way now? More brake pad on that
No.
side?
Well, because you put them
That's
all
the side
new,
off
right?
now.
You
Yep.
did all new. So
Yeah, when I
it's
fixed the brake line, I put brand new brakes in the front because the other side was wore out.
I actually think we need brakes.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Well, I think didn't we just put someone?
Yeah, they still squeak like that.
Yeah.
Would
My-
you go DP or EBC?
EBC.
They just squeak when
My
they get
initial cost of my machine was more than anybody else too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably
So
It's
that's probably
close
all
to
about the
equal.
same.
That's what I was
now,
tied between yours or when I didn't know that
It
Aftermath
affected
was that
me
cheap.
most
That's a
financially.
good deal.
They didn't
over
ask that, but
Tim's.
I'm a good negotiator.
I believe that.
there's no doubt after market wise, I probably have less in mine than anybody else.
That's
Well, I
just what
said-
I was going off of.
Like cage, like you had to pay for a cage, but our cages are free. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're free to us because we're building them.
Right.
So
If
it's
we
like,
had-
but
if
if
we
you
had-
added,
If we had to pay someone to do the work,
Oh,
yeah.
Be no
it would be
question.
astronomical.
Oh yeah.
we wouldn't have it. We can have more.
I'd probably have more.
Stuff because
I'd probably
we
have more in
do
my
it.
machine than
Right.
I paid for it.
Oh, I agree completely.
Probably most of us.
It's kind of sickening to think about.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
say.
yeah.
When you get the
But
machine, you're
you
halfway
can't
there.
put a price on fun.
I was
No,
gonna say you can't take the money to your grave with you.
Yeah,
Your kids will
wow.
be disappointed. No.
That's why Trust Fund got her name
Yeah.
because that's what I'm leaving my kids.
Yeah. There you go.
There's
I
anything
got
left.
Aftermath.
Cooper, you get Trust
Cooper
Fund.
got the razor.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't want
Cooper
that
will
thing.
take that. Cooper will take it. He likes it.
He's like, what? He's over there napping with Dublin.
Did
Feel the raindrop.
Did you say what your
Yeah, you want.
if I was to guess, I would say zip tie, and obviously I have the least amount of aftermarket parts
Yeah.
in mine.
Does
For
anyone dislike their machine? If so, why?
No.
Depends
Jesse,
what day
speak
you
up.
ask.
Yeah. Tim said depend on what
Depends
day
what
you
day
ask.
you ask.
It isn't called the
Now, are we
nightmare.
talking the Can-Am or the Razor?
Yeah.
No, I don't dislike any of them.
No.
Certain days I dislike certain ones.
Yeah, they all have their days.
I
Yeah,
think
so
that's operator error.
Tim's
Sure.
is called nightmare for a
Well,
reason.
that's cursed.
Alright. Does anyone wish they would have chosen a different machine?
Me, I would. When I buy my next machine, it'll be 64 inch.
Okay. I love mine.
64s don't get
Any respect.
recognition.
They don't get any respect.
No.
But for what we do, I believe. Well, I don't believe it. I know it. I've seen it. The 64 handles it way better.
Well, up until recently, I felt the opposite. I felt that I thought I didn't like the 64, but I thought that I'd do better with the 72. But it seems like in the past,
Just turn that other one around. And just
Yeah,
throw one-
it is.
Just get us all in frame.
There's only like 3 questions left.
perfect. But it does seem that
Batteries
a lot of times the 64-inch has the bigger advantage over trying to get through narrow, tight spots than a 72-inch, and a lot of times that's just what it comes down to. Like a lot of obstacles, you got to take a really hard
I
line
have
where
to take
you're
a different
trying to
angle.
crawl up over a wall or something before you can get situated. And so I just think overall for like what we do, I think it's 64 is better.
Well, I will say this also. When I first bought my machine, and we weren't doing the incredibly stupid stuff that we do now, I would say my machine.
Agree. Oh, I
But
agree
after we've
hands down.
gotten into the really 64 all the way, 100%.
Yeah, 64s don't get the respect they should.
No,
Hopefully
they
our
don't.
channel kind of shows the 64 platform.
Yeah.
The geometry of the suspension.
The
Easier on components
All the components are stronger
because
because
they're shorter.
the biggest thing that I see is the trailing arms. The trailing arms are straight on a 64. So when you hit something and you're looking at it, that trailing arm is following the machine. The 72 inches come out. So you can't hit something straight on.
Yeah.
And I always, my trailing arms, even though I have high clearance one, is always what hangs me up.
Yeah. Okay.
What are the monthly expenses to keep the channel growing?
Jeez.
Everything.
Daunting.
Spend everything.
A lot.
How many kidneys have you had to sell? All
A lot.
Have you ever wanted to give up on the channel?
No.
I never have.
I've been frustrated, but never give up. It's too fun.
Yeah.
This is the last question. What's the inspiration that keeps the channel going and growing?
I think meeting people when we go places.
Meeting
Talking
people
to
that you have so much in common with than you would
Having
think.
fun is number one.
Yeah.
You know, if this wasn't enjoyable, I wouldn't do it.
No,
It's a lot of
'cause
work.
It's too expensive.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money. You gotta really enjoy it.
I would say my inspiration is watching it grow.
Look
It is
where it's
really
going.
cool. It is really cool to watch.
'Cause
that.
I would still ride without YouTube, but if we're talking like inspiration to keep the channel,
Yeah.
it's the comments, everyone subscribing, watching the subscriber count grow is like that's the biggest for me. It's the biggest motivator.
Yeah.
So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, definitely help us out because
I
that
like-
is
I like thinking about like the times where we only had we were so pumped and excited to get 100 subscribers or even like 10, and you like the times where you didn't talk on camera, you know.
Remember when we had
I
10
still get
subscribers?
Yeah.
excited. I still get excited when I see the
Yeah.
numbers go up.
But just
Yeah,
thinking about
it's cool
how we
to
went
watch.
from like 10 subscribers to almost 20,000, that's just like mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely proud of the work that y'all put in. I mean, watching y'all grow and watching from all of that, it's cool. And it's cool to be a part of it. So thank y'all
It's
for
cool to see
taking us.
the outside perspective because it, I'd probably view it in a different way than what you guys would.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all found you through
Yeah.
what you're doing. It's
Through
awesome
YouTube.
to be a part of.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. I mean, it's crazy that don't get me wrong. Like 20,000 subscribers, that's a lot of people. But the world has like 9 billion. But everywhere we go, people recognize you guys and they want to come up and they want to say hi or they want to ask you about something. Or some people just want to say, hey man, love your channel. And it's just so cool to see that and see the impact that just you guys have on our little world of everywhere we go and of what's important to us. It's crazy. It's awesome.
And the family friendly aspect, I think, is cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people appreciate that it's, and then no knocking anybody that does whatever they do. More power to them. But, it's definitely, you can sit down and watch it with your kids.
Yeah.
Our kids are always with us, so.
Yeah. We're always family friendly. No. Well, for the most part.
Most of the time.
Emma, you want to come on this side for a minute?
When we're not
Yeah,
having to
over
beat
here.
the kids.
What are we doing?
Just so she can, so while we close out.
Julie,
No
your
one can
spiders
see
over
her.
there.
No one
Cooper
can
dope.
see her anymore.
I know,
Where's
so
the-
Coop.
where's the
Come on,
Coop?
Coop.
Should we ask Emma a question? She has to write it down. That's my question.
All right, Emma.
Who is the
Hey, wait,
awesomest?
give
What
Coop
was
Emma.
here, Coop?
You can sit right here. Just don't burn yourself on the camera.
Okay, ready?
Smells good.
What was your scariest obstacle that you've ever done
Driving or passenger?
driving?
Ooh.
Oh, I'd be interested in both the answers, honestly.
I know what it's going to be. Yeah.
Turn so you can't see his answers.
I gotta think about this.
I was going to say for Emma, I don't think she was scared of doing anything.
She's like, I
I
ain't
don't
been
think
scared.
She doesn't seem scared at anything.
Right. What's scared?
Scared?
Honestly, that like I don't know.
Can you call a friend?
No. Hey, what about where you were the one where you were sliding down?
No.
Come on,
Yeah,
come
she
on.
ain't scared.
I was more scared watching her at where was
The
that
birds
at?
when she come out.
Yeah,
of the
at
face.
Birds.
Oh.
There was a spot where you were on one
Yeah.
wheel
Yes.
twice
I
for
remember
multiple
I was-
seconds at a
I was
time.
thinking one
Yeah.
from
When,
Hollywood
when she was going down over,
Yeah,
I wasn't really scared.
I
though.
was
the
scared.
machine
I was
like
scared.
this.
I know.
What about-
I was right
what
behind
about
her, and I was like,
Hollywood
"Oh,
when you
let off the brake! Let off the brake! Let off the brake!"
Let it go, let it go. That's what I was saying. Let it go,
Since
let
Emma
it go.
can't figure something out, what's yours, Scoot?
Tombstone because it was on
Tombstone.
that giant cliff.
What do you
That's the
mean
one
when
Yeah.
I was guessing.
What do you mean when I flop?
You killed it, though. You killed it.
Yes, you
Tombstone.
did.
You did a
was
good
pretty-
job, buddy.
You're gonna have to elaborate
Pretty gnarly
a little
to
bit
watch.
more.
The only time you've ever flopped at Hollywood.
That wasn't scary. The one I said, "Oops."
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
That wasn't scary.
She
You,
didn't
that,
seem
you don't
scared.
have any scary climbs.
I mean, the scariest was probably the one where I
What
had to
were
go
you
up
the
and
most
high,
nervous?
Like the hill climb.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
scary.
forgot about that.
That
Which
was,
one?
That was
The one at
probably,
Birds where she had to do that
The
hill
mud?
high.
That was
she did it like 19 times.
that was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
the scariest.
The bypass.
Yeah, the bypass.
The bypass.
All right, what's your top 2 favorite places that we've ridden?
Write them down.
I don't know, like the
Use
name.
the whiteboard.
I
It's
also want
fun.
to know: have you ever been scared at being passenger?
Yes.
I expected that
You know,
answer.
she rides with- what spot? What spot comes to mind?
Whenever I'm on the side of a cliff and Mom's going around a turn.
She don't switchbacks.
Yes.
And she's on the outside.
I hate when I'm on the outside and it's just a switchback and Mom keeps going, "Oh, I can make it, and we're like falling off the cliff.
Her
And the
scariest
tires,
part
the
was
tires
the
just
bridge
dangling
that
off the edge.
Powerful,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I got
She
this.
wouldn't
Yeah,
drive across.
it was
Yeah, the bridge
was
at
the
Hollywood, she
scariest
wouldn't
part.
go over it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
she
right. I
was-
forgot about
There
that.
you go. That's
The car
it.
hauler.
Oh.
No,
No.
no, just the
At
little
Hollywood.
wooden
At
bridge.
Hollywood.
Oh.
I hate bridges. Bridges are terrible.
Alright, top 2 or 3 places you've ever been.
Ever been.
That's your fave, yeah.
Shame you haven't been to Gulches.
That's right.
Oh,
You
bird.
guys can't see this.
Ooh.
Da-da.
Tell Tim.
Don't
Coop,
catch
you don't
us
have
on
any?
For
fire.
the
Thank you.
Gulches.
Man, you guys are slacking here.
They were asleep half the time. They don't.
True.
Emma was the only one insulted by
I don't know
that.
how to spell
What was the
this.
most
Can the
comfortable?
camera see you writing?
Hey, I can't spell
What
either.
was the best trail to take a nap on that you've ever
That's
rode
it.
on?
All the super bumpy ones.
They rock you to sleep. They do. We were watching that one video, and I'm like, I don't remember that trail. Tim said, "Well, no wonder. Look at you." And I'm over there like, my head's bobbing. I was asleep. It was.
Sherry's falling asleep on me too. I've never fallen asleep in the
It's
side by
amazing.
side.
It
You've never
rocks
really
you
been
to sleep.
passenger.
In Colorado, after we ate lunch, they both were back there snoozing like the whole way back.
I've fallen asleep in my own side by side before.
While driving.
Driving?
No, well, we were.
Is that how that happened in San Hollow?
No, we were riding with some other people, and everybody got out and they were having some trail sodas, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take a little nap here. I just harnessed it and just slept on the trail for an hour.
10,
Wait, I still
9.
have one more.
8.
Wait. No.
How many you got, Cooper? You ready?
They're getting
Yeah.
me.
Okay, you good.
I only have 2.
Okay.
I spelled this how
Colorado
Emma
and
spelled it. I
S'more.
don't know if it's
Colorado and S'more.
Those are some
Colorado,
of the
New
two
Mexico and
places I really
Colorado.
like.
Mexico, Colorado.
So they both picked
Good picks.
Colorado. Emma picked S'more, and what was it? New Mexico,
Yeah.
Colorado.
I really like
Those are all
S'more. That
good
was a lot of
picks.
fun. But it's kind of hard to like think about every single
Turn around
place.
so the camera can. I don't even. Is it reaching down there? I can't even
I
tell.
don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not
yeah, I
when
can
she
see
was
it.
turned that way, but now it is.
Ow, I just hit my kneecap.
Where's your favorite place we've ate while riding?
Oh,
Well, I know this
That's
one.
what Emma's.
Colorado. Oh, Drummond.
I was gonna say the corner store for you.
The corner store.
Oh,
Oh, those are my
The
top
corner
3.
store's really good. I really
Wow,
like
you
that
could-
place that we ate in
Alright.
St.
What?
Helens.
What was the name of the restaurant
What
in
is it?
Drummond?
That place that we ate in St. Helen on the way there, they had really good food.
The restaurant in Drummond?
Oh, I don't
Steak?
remember what it was
Fred's?
called. Yeah, I think it was.
That was really
Fred's
good.
or Frank's?
Fred's is pretty good.
Yeah,
We've had a couple really good spots. The place before we went
All right,
in
here.
West Virginia.
Do I need
Who's
to
your
go?
favorite person to ride with?
Y'all
Wait,
know that's
as like
a
a
trick
passenger?
question, right?
Yeah.
Wait, as a passenger.
Y'all kids know that's a trick question, right?
I don't have any passengers.
No,
you
you be a
as a
passenger.
passenger.
Who would you prefer to
Oh.
be a passenger with? Who's your favorite driver to be a passenger with?
He wants to say mommy, but he's gonna say daddy.
I figured he'd say Emma.
G.
Aww. She said, "Gee."
Have you ever ridden
When
a Jeep?
you guys were all riding in the Razor,
When
I rode passenger with G for a
Oh,
little bit.
okay.
Yeah. I still love
Coop's
you.
taking
Put
bribes.
my name down there. You're not riding with me anymore.
I know you need the brownie points. Alright.
Does it count if you drove me to the bathroom? I could be your favorite passenger.
Okay. Who's
Aw.
the
He
Oh,
said
yeah,
dad.
no, you're right.
Who's the favorite parent?
who is the worst person to ride passenger with?
Me and Coop, we always
Why are
have
you
great times
setting us
together.
up for failure?
No, I'm talking about me.
I did ride with him that one.
Okay.
Wait, what was
I gotta.
what was
we
the
gotta
I
question?
said
change that.
worst person to be passenger
We
with.
gotta change that.
For you?
Yeah, my pick was Will.
Tim says he
Emma.
concurs.
Yeah.
No,
Will,
only in the Razor.
Will or Sherry?
You traumatized Tim in the Razor.
Aw, come on. That was just a couple love taps.
No, it was fun after I realized that we were still alive.
I'll get another. I need another opportunity. Maybe I need a four seater.
No.
Where's somewhere you
You
want to
need new
ride?
passengers.
That I've never rented before?
He did good driving me that day in his ride.
Where's somewhere you'd want you
Oh,
want
at
to ride?
that was a s'more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys all abandoned
I was
us.
just about to write that. I don't know how to spell
Write that down.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think you spelled it right.
Lask.
Okay, show the camera. This is where the kids want to ride.
Goals. Life
20.
goals there.
2025.
Alaska will be wild.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
You filthy animals.
Why is riding expensive?
Yeah, we wouldn't need 4 machines if it was just me and Sherry.
My God, did the bugs
Well, it
come
was
in?
your
with a
No,
hot
I can't
mess?
afford one machine.
Yeah, I know. That's what I say. I can't afford one. I don't know how you get 4.
You and Mom went riding it. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it was Mom who said, we need to get another one so we can take the kids. Because you two...
Is that how she
No,
said
your
it
mom
too?
said she didn't want to be a
Yeah,
passenger.
You two went to
Hatfield.
Hatfield McCoy without us. It's your choice to get another one.
That was
so
just,
you
that was just your
have
mom
us.
saying, way of saying she wanted to drive. She didn't want to ride.
I can't ride passenger any longer.
You lucked into a machine.
Yeah. It was
because
meant
of
to
your
be.
mom's misfortune.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be, though, because it was right about, good grief, the bugs are insane right
Yeah,
now.
they're getting me.
And then I felt bad because Cooper was being left out, so we had to add the Razor.
Oh.
You had to.
We don't have any more kids, so sorry, no more machines.
The dogs.
The next person's going to have to bring their own.
Will and Scott said that they will buy a different brand machine, KRX and a Honda for the channel.
Dude, I can't afford my machine.
Go on,
I can't
Segway.
buy another one.
I'm going Segway, baby.
Villain?
I thought you was
Yeah.
getting the Speed UTV.
What about the super villain?
Maybe those are so expensive too. The super. I don't know. Whatever the big Segway is.
It's a super
That's the
villain.
super
yeah, that's the
villain,
one
yeah.
I want.
Because the regular villain's only like 100 horsepower. You wouldn't like that.
I need a big guy.
Yeah,
They just seem cool.
100 horsepower?
that's all it has.
That's a lawnmower.
My next
Still
Segway
more than
is-
KRX.
It's going to be an X32 chassis. There's no doubt about it for me.
I want an X32 chassis.
That's on the short bucket list of things I want. Might take me a little bit, but that's what I want. I'm gonna find out why all these guys use Polaris parts in all theirs.
You said Idaho?
Idaho would be really cool.
Alright, so I think we can close this video off. Thanks everybody if you've made it this far. I'm sure this was probably a really long video. Hopefully it was entertaining. I had a lot of fun.
It was pretty
was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We'll have to
Definitely do it again.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Leave us a comment. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribing is by far the best way to support us.
Makes Jesse happy.
It's free, doesn't cost you anything. It helps us. The more subscribers we have, the more places we can ride. I mean, it comes down to the almighty dollar.
Everything does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
that's it. With more subscribers comes more views, comes more money,
more ability to do
comes
stuff.
more support, comes more riding, bigger rides, better parts.
Yep. Thank you
Speaking
guys.
of, we have to go fix machines.
Got lots of maintenance.
Off to work.
Off
Off
work.
to work. Bye, guys.
This is what happens after the video's over around here. Been smoking these
chunks.
for about 4 or 5 hours now. Baby back ribs. Some secret herbs and spices. Sherry made this little spread here. We have deviled eggs, beans and weenies, I think. Beans and weenies. Ooh,
Loaded baked potato.
loaded baked potato casserole. Dessert.
No paprika.
Oh, look at that.
It must
Okay.
be in the camper.
Alright. We're eating now.